All right, this is going to be an awkward test because it's going to be our first time live reactions to the Eternals the trailer to the Eternals. So this is funny to me because a lot of people, that are pro comics, they love Western comics and sci-fi, and hey, so it begins. It's Nagatoro. What is this? 1.2 million views, huh? They believe that the Eternals is one of the causes that is speeding the exodus from Western comics to manga and anime. So Roman is here, and we're about to watch the Eternals teaser trailer. Let's see if we can go directly to Marvel's site. Is it Marvel Media, right? I think
it was the first one.
Here it is, Marvel. There you go, Marvel Entertainment. All right. Ready? Let's go. Was that supposed to be a reference to the end of the first Avengers when they were eating shawarma?
I don't think anything that has to do with just food is going to be a reference to anything.
Okay. So that's the thing. I mean, it looks artful.
I mean, it didn't really explain anything.
Right.
It just shows that they've been on Earth for thousands of years, helped shape civilization, and now they're gonna help with something, I guess. But they don't tell you what it is. So we have to wait for an actual official trailer, not a teaser,
right,
I guess, to see what they're going to be doing.
Actually, that was labeled official trailer. Everywhere else
is official teaser. I'm pretty positive.
I'm that's what I took it as.
Oh, you closed it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, official teaser. You're right. Because I was all like, I thought it said official, and I was like, I got cut off there. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it just makes me want to know what's actually going on. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. But I don't know what to think about it right now.
I'm with you on that one. I don't hate it either. It doesn't... Knowing that, for instance, one of them was supposed to be based off, like, Bishamonten, the Japanese, like, god. Mm-hmm. And that one in the original was all decked out in, like, the samurai armor and all of that. And they changed him. They just completely just got rid of him.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, he's different. I think he's one of the Indian guys. And yeah, and I think Cersei as an FGO Cersei is I think the Asian chick. That's supposed to be her. Yeah, a Greek witch, a witch from the Aegean Sea is now Asian, because yeah.
Well, so is Gilgamesh, Korean guy. But
Okay.
I don't really care. Whatever.
Okay.
If they were right for the part, then whatever. Or if you're just doing it just because you want to have diversity, then that's a little questionable. But again, as long as they do a good job, I don't really care.
I mean, I
who's Selma Hayek supposed to be?
who knows? I don't know. When I heard that too, I was like, it seems like they. So, for me, the strength of the MCU movies, even a bit of the DC movies, was always like they were able to pull these relatively unknowns and then make stars out of them. Like Chris Evans. Who was Chris Evans before that? The guy from Scott Pilgrim. And the Fantastic Four, or the Human Torch and the bad Fantastic Four. But in between those movies, like, what was he doing?
No. The first one was okay. The second one sucked.
Galactus the Cloud.
I'm not even going to deny that one was bad.
But yeah, they then now look, they have this big issue where they can't just recast Captain America because it'll always be like, you're not Chris Evans, you're not my Captain America. Hashtag not my Captain America, right? Even though in real life he's a douchebag, and he argues with people on Twitter, even though there's no need for that because he sleeps in his bed made of millions, but he just kind of is a dick. And I mean, okay, sure.
He's a person, so
yeah. And again, even when you go back and look at like the first Iron Man, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure they said Terrence Howard was the highest paid star on there. He made more money at the time than Gwyneth Paltrow and Robert Downey Jr. did. And then look at that. Then they built the MCU entirely off his back.
I thought it was that Robert Downey was the highest paid, and the reason they got rid of him was because he wanted Robert Downey Jr.'s money. Like he wanted
Terrence Howard?
He wanted that much to be in the movie.
I heard.
He didn't want to be second to Robert Downey as far as pay.
I mean, I'm sure that the pay issue probably came up, but at the time, Terrence Howard was coming off of was it the beginning of Empire was starting, I believe, or Empire came after, or at least it was filming or something.
And I think what was that other movie? That one that was all about like racism and whatever.
Around 2006, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about very vaguely, but I only remember Terrence Howard from bit parts like Four Brothers with Mark Wahlberg. And was it Tyrese? Earned that paycheck, Tyrese.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah,
I don't like Tyrese. Anything he does.
But yeah, and what's funny, and what's his face too? I thought was it the guy that played the bad guy? I thought he would have been the highest paid actor in Iron Man 1. The Obadiah, and he was the dude. He was in Big Lebowski. That was him, right? That's him.
I'm pretty sure
that's Jeff Bridges.
Jeff
Bridges.
Yeah.
I figured Jeff Bridges would have been the highest paid actor, but it sounds like everyone did that movie for cheap. Like that movie had a budget of like $2 million or something because everybody apparently was dirt cheap. But then by the end of it, you stretch it out. Look at the long term. They didn't put Gwyneth Paltrow in Civil War because she was too expensive. So that tells you that how much she came from the first Iron Man. And that was literally 8 years between them, from 2008 to 2016 when Civil War came out, and apparently her salary grew that much that they didn't want her in there. However, when they made Spider-Man, the first one, after Civil War, they told Sony, Disney, Marvel told Sony, oh yeah, no, just put her in the movie. Trust me, it'll be great. And then they stuck Sony with the bill. So they made Sony pay for Gwyneth Paltrow, and she was in it for 5 minutes at the very end when they tried to announce Spider-Man was part of the Avengers.
Yeah, she was only in there for a couple minutes.
And apparently they that was almost 6 figures or something, or 7 figures or something just to do that. And they stuck Sony with the bill. I mean, Sony made it back. Obviously that movie made a lot.
Yeah.
So they got their money back, but still, that was just shady on Disney Marvel. But I mean, that's also how they operate. So the point that I'm making, though, is that they went from relatively unknowns or cheap actors at the time, and they made them stars, and now they have a movie completely full of stars like Selma Hayek, Angelina Jolie, that guy from Silicon Valley.
And the guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, right? I heard about that. That's literally Jon Snow, isn't it?
It is Jon Snow.
Yeah. And nobody knows. And they had to do something, because I think even after their big announcement where they put out, they showed the symbol for the Fantastic Four, they announced the mutants, they announced the Marvels and all of that. They only showed, like, the Eternals, and they were still getting ragged on, like, what is this? We know all of these names, we know the director is hated by China and all this, but what is it? And they were like, So they had to put something out. Because otherwise it was just going to get, meme to hell. Granted, I think it still is getting meme to hell, but...
Yeah.
But, yeah. But we've had these conversations now offline, off this recording, and it's like, I think that you're gonna kind of be the unofficial Western comics point man for all of this, because I know you seem unironically interested in watching the new adventures of Lois and Clark, or whatever the hell it's called, the new adventures of Superman and Lois and Superman.
Yeah, the new one that's out.
They're coming out, the one that's in development. Yeah. Which, by the way, apparently they said might get lost in the new merger, because you know that AT&T and Warner Brothers split apart.
Yeah, I heard about that. Somebody bought them, didn't they?
They threw them to Discovery, which I am assuming is Discovery Channel.
I trust Discovery Channel with the DC universe. They could probably do a better job than Warner Brothers.
That's what one of the guys that I was watching a video where they were analyzing what was going on. That's what they said, was they did that. They put out the Batman thing, the Batman Noir that's going to be made by the director was Matt Reeves, the one that's directing the Batman. Mm-hmm. I want to say Paul Dini, and he's the guy that did the original animated series from the 90s.
The Batman the Animated?
Batman the Animated, yeah. Okay. And then someone else, I think J.J. Abrams. So okay. I think it was those three were all involved in a new Batman animated project. And then they did another trailer or another teaser of The Batman with Robert Pattinson, the guy from Twilight.
Yeah.
So those three things...
Barkley Edward.
Yeah. Considering that we just had Lady Dom, we don't... What is Twilight? We don't even need it anymore.
Right.
Well, technically her daughters, so, Well, her daughters were hot and they weren't sparkly, so...
Right.
Yeah.
Might have been a little buggy, but... you can get over that.
You could say they were antsy to meet you.
Yeah.
But yeah, they said that they put out those three projects, the Lois and Clark thing, the new Batman animated series, and then the new Batman thing that apparently they said they had problems with the Riddler about, or the Riddler looked like trash.
Probably no Jim Carrey.
No, that's what they said. They said it was no Jim Carrey. And they said they put those projects out to show Discovery, your boys, that this is a wise investment. That no, we've got stuff. We're working on stuff. We promise your investment is it's going to be great. Please don't fire us. And then they said that for all they know, all three of those could just be dumped.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that the Batman is coming out. I think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be an absolute mess. It sounds like a mess. I haven't seen the trailer at all, because as soon as I heard that not only was it the guy from the Twilight, I already kind of was like, eh. But then I heard that he absolutely refused to work out and bulk up. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm out. And then I saw somebody put or at least a quick part of him just punching the guy repeatedly over and over. And I was like, what is that supposed to show? I don't get it. I thought even in the beginning, Batman was still kind of restraining himself. Like Batman didn't Mad Max. all of that. And I know they're trying to go off what's his name, Frank Miller's version. It looks like Frank Miller's Year 1, Year 2.
Yeah.
So, but I was like, even then, he wasn't like...
Yeah, he wasn't just some...
Yeah, just like...
top vigilante.
Yeah, he's not Frank Castle.
No. He wishes.
Yeah. And that's what gives the character depth, obviously. That's the whole, draw and personality and depth of the characters. How he wants it, he gets up to the edge and doesn't go over. But Frank Castle does, and that's what separates them. But, it was... it's a really strange time to be a Marvel or a DC fan.
Well, again, I trust Discovery. They'll throw a meerkat in there or two, and they'll be fine. Nobody will notice.
Jeez. And
they're coming back with that meerkat show.
You're gonna have to fill me in on the meerkat because I don't have cable TV anymore, so I don't even know what's going on.
Timon from Timon and Pumbaa.
The skinny cat thing.
Skinny cat.
Got it. Okay. They made a show about that.
Yeah, they did a whole show. Apparently, there were bad guys, and there was a rival group over somewhere else, and they would come and try to attack the group that you were following. They did a whole thing. My grandmother used to watch it, along with my grandpa. They liked it.
I mean, the way you're making it sound, it does sound entertaining, and that's something that we kind of studied in my second English class, which was kind of like analytical composition, and one of the things we researched or we talked about was how news segments are divided up into doing that, into making events more dramatical, so that you tune in and then they get those commercial and sponsorship numbers.
Yeah.
So the way you're making it sound is that same approach to it. They were like, that cat from The Lion King? What cat? The thing that hung out with the pig. Oh yeah, the meat rat. What about it? We can make a show out of that. We just need to make it a little dramatic and all of that. Put some narration, some cuts, camera cuts. Can make it happen.
Oh yeah.
So I believe it. I absolutely believe it.
I mean, there's nothing on Sundays, so we watch Discovery and Planet Earth and all that. So, learning a bunch of stuff that I forgot already. Yeah, because I got the memory of a goldfish apparently. So, who are you again?
Well,
where am I?
This is the Mystic Simps. So, hang on. If anything, I think that you should merge these two recordings. But hold on, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'll find a spot to put it in.
Hang on.
Okay, so we're just gonna continue where we were.
Yeah, just tested out the mic, but it was such an engaging conversation. I'm like, let's just keep it.
Yeah. So that's just gonna be our intro. That whole section with the live action. The live review.
The reaction, yeah.
Yeah, the live reaction of the Eternals trailer and our small discussion about comics and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm Roman.
I'm Steven Sonosuke-sama.
And we're just going to continue on what we were doing.
Actually, I got to interject. We are the Mystic Simps.
Oh, yeah.
So we simp for Nagatoro, the Bronze Queen herself.
That's right. Who seems to be picking up a lot more fans now that they're further into the season. I've seen a lot of people in comment sections saying, I'm glad I stuck with this because I'm actually really enjoying it now.
Yeah.
Because, again, like I thought, the first episode would turn people off. Because, she's pretty much bullying him.
It's straight aggressive.
First episode, aggressive bullying.
Yeah.
After that, it just starts turning into... awkward flirting.
Uzaki light, yeah.
Yeah. And even after this last episode, I saw a lot of people saying that this has been the best one so far.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Especially with, I guess his name's Naota, but Senpai.
Yeah.
Actually getting a little bit of courage to walk up to them and just say, let's go home to Nagatoro and just get her away from those dudes. And her friends, because they just said, oh, we're coming too. Forget these guys, they're annoying.
Yeah, Python rescue them from those toxic males.
I know, right?
Yeah, we'll go head deep into that, because I did write down or take notes that we will be discussing the Nagatoro as the simps that we are.
Yeah.
Real quick, this Thursday is the view party that should have been done last week. I don't know if it's going to be Way the House Husband, but either that or it's going to be Wotakoi. So one way or another, we're getting a live action something this week.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of difficulty finding the Way of the House Husband live action.
Yeah.
So either it's not out yet, and we thought it was out, or it's just really difficult to find.
Yeah, someone needs to go rip it from Netflix Japan.
Right? Yeah, go do that.
And fans of it.
And
Thanks.
send it to us.
Yeah, appreciate you. But
yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so the Marvel Eternals thing, huh? So that's a thing. So let me ask you. Or no, go ahead. Before I ask you.
No, go ahead.
So I know that I was jabbing you off air, or while we were transitioning into to the actual recording. But do you still have faith in the MCU, and for that even extended into the DC thing, into the DC their projects?
I've never had faith in DC.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping with Batman versus Superman that would be good, because I actually paid money to see that.
Okay.
And I was disappointed pretty badly, especially with the way the fight ended, with the whole Martha thing.
See, this was before Roman was playing FGO, so he was like, "Why'd you say that name?" And he's all like, "Because I wanted a 4-star rider."
Right.
Don't call her boss.
That looks like a turtle. I'll call her boss all I want.
Should pinch your cheeks.
That'd be fine. I'm cool with that.
I loved that story. It was literally just Fist of the North Star in the post-apocalypse. You're a wandering martial artist in the post-apocalyptic wasteland. Quit calling me boss! Why do you make me sound like I'm a martial arts meathead? It was the best. So, yeah. And I believe people have made that joke. The Fist of the North Star and FGO and Batman v Superman. Why'd you say Martha?
Probably. But yeah, I had faith a little bit with that. I hadn't seen Man of Steel, so...
Me neither.
I just heard that it was long, and it felt long, and if a movie feels long, then it's not that good.
And Superman straight kills a guy.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's like... They tried to make it seem like he didn't really have a choice.
Right.
But really, he could have just flew up into the sky. And
yeah. Isn't that what he did with Superman Part 4? He shot, was it the Nuke Man or whatever, into the sun? Or, yeah?
That sun dude?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. But yeah, I think he did. Superman, there have been a few instances where he's killed before. But it's very rare. And, like, usually it ends up being like an alternate universe or something. Like the Injustice universe.
Funny enough, isn't that also how they got rid of Broly in one of the movies? Shot him into the sun?
Did they shoot him into the sun? Yeah, I think they did shoot him into the sun once.
Okay. I think I remember watching that in a music video. In a DVC music video.
I think it was the second movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Because then they had to use some of his cells to make Bio Broly in the next one. Which was, I think, pretty bad. It's pretty well known to be a bad movie. Like, most Dragon Ball Z fans don't like that one. But most of the second half of the movies for Dragon Ball Z, like, I think, starting with Cooler up, are usually considered some of the better ones.
Okay.
Except for Bio Broly. We just try to ignore that one.
Speaking of Frieza, I think I'll ignore that.
Yeah. But as far as Marvel, yeah, I'm still interested in seeing the movies. Like, I'm still going to go... Well, I don't know if I'll go watch Shang-Chi in theaters. But I do want to see what it's all about.
I want to interject real quick before we get off the Broly thing. Right. You were talking about the Bio Broly, but then in the fourth Broly movie, is that where we get Mecha Broly? And then in the fifth movie, it's Broly Dora, the king of the Brolys, and... Okay, I'm sorry. You started going off on that, and I just, yeah. But no, carry on.
I wonder how they would do a Mecha Broly. They did Metal Cooler.
Right, I was going to say, they put him together with, like, half cyborg parts or whatever.
Yeah, and Frieza they did, too, in the series.
And then, wasn't that the one that got cut by Trunks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
see, I know.
Pieces.
I know some DBZ, I know some. I'm not that out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and we'll talk a little bit more Godzilla when we get to my observations at Kino Kuniya this past weekend. But yeah, no, carry on, please.
Okay. Yeah, so, I'm looking forward to Shang-Chi, but I'm like, I probably won't see it in theaters. I mean, there have been a few Marvel movies I didn't go see in theaters, so I mean, it's not like I'd be turning my back on them or anything. But I mean, the only reason I even went to go see Black Panther in theaters was because my cousin's boyfriend at the time wanted to go see it again, and he asked if I had seen it, and I said no, and he said, let's go see it then, because he really liked it. And I saw it and was like, some of these jokes are kind of stupid. It's like a bunch of meme jokes.
Right.
Like the stupid, what are those joke? Like, that just came out of nowhere. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm not going to say that Marvel doesn't make some stupid jokes in some of these movies, because they do sometimes.
Yeah.
But I still look forward to them. I still enjoy the movies, so yeah, I'm hoping Shang-Chi's pretty good. The Eternals, I'm hoping they give us a little more in an actual trailer and not what they just gave us, which was nothing, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a teaser, so I mean, I'm just used to some of these teasers now where they show you a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, like Shang-Chi, like you said, that one you can tell. It's like he's martial artist. You saw Mandarin. You saw his Aquafina, who it looks like is not going to be the love interest, because I think that's set for someone else, but she's supposed it looks to be the goofy sidekick.
Yeah, the comic relief.
Yeah, there you go.
Which I'm a little skeptical about. Because her one line wasn't that funny.
We make a good team.
Yeah. But we'll see. Maybe that was just a bad line. And sometimes they do have different takes in the movie.
Right.
So maybe it'll be better when it's actually on.
Or they could always cut it too.
That
Because
too.
they've sometimes... I can't... When people have said that too, they were like, hey, where was that part from the trailer? That's usually the things that I never remember. I remember they were like, oh, that was in the trailer. They cut it out, or it's on the Blu-ray or on the DVD release. And I never noticed those kinds of things. I always just watch it take it for face value. Like, okay, yeah, we got from point A to point B, and now we're done.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Eternals, I'm still on the fence about. We'll see. I think there's, the Black Widow movie coming out this year?
yes, I was going to ask you about that. Are you going to go watch that in theaters?
I might. I like Black Widow. And she was one of the originals. And it's got Taskmaster in it, so that's got to be cool.
The running joke is they're going to pull the mask off Taskmaster. It's actually a woman. It's actually a chick underneath. To my knowledge,
it could be.
In the comics, they never showed who Taskmaster's identity is, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He's always got the mask on.
Right.
And I think he uses like a voice changer or something.
I think so.
So yeah, he's just, as far as I know, he's just able to copy anybody's abilities.
Correct. He fights them once, and then he can copy their abilities.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't even need to fight, right? He can just observe them.
Yeah, he can observe them and he can copy it. Right. I think the only one he had difficulty with was Deadpool because he's so predictable.
Correct. Right.
But outside that, everybody else, if he watches them fight or he fights them, then he's able to mimic their abilities and just use them as his own. So yeah, I'm looking to see how they portray him in the movie, or her, whatever they decide to do. Because I mean, they could do that. The movies are a different universe anyway.
That's that, and you're quoting the line that irritates a lot of those guys that I always link to, or I laugh with, because I'm not laughing at them, I'm laughing with them. Is it's a different universe as a cop out, and I'm like,
I mean, do you know how many universes there are in Marvel?
Yeah.
You're going to tell me that this can't be another one?
Yeah, and again, I guess this stems to the big issue about that when they feel like these are me from my observations of watching the guys on YouTube, their commentaries and all that, is when something's going good, then it runs out, it ends, or they completes, and then they're never able to capture that magic again, or it does badly, and then they just write it off as it's a different universe, and then it just kind of it's just a write-off. Like, it's just an excuse to make something crappy because you could just say, oh, it's a different universe, and then the crappy universe ones are the ones that get turned into movies. Apparently, that's what their argument is.
I don't ever hear anybody get upset whenever it's brought up for a comic
about
it being a different universe.
Yeah, well,
because a lot of stuff happens in different universes, and then they're upset about it, and then it's like, well, it was a different universe.
Right.
The main universe is still whatever it was. This one's going down a bad path. I mean, I don't understand why you got to get all upset because you don't want to believe that it's a different universe. I don't see the Universe 616 Marvel characters from the comics running around with these characters in the movies.
Right.
And some of their origin stories are completely different.
Correct.
also, some of them are like different genders or like different
race,
nationality, whatever.
Yeah.
How can you not look at it and be like, okay, it's a different universe?
This is what they're getting mad about. This is what it all comes back to. This is what they're all saying is that these characters, like for instance, when they got to Nick Fury, right? Mm-hmm. When they used the Samuel L. version, that was obviously the Ultimates version of Nick Fury.
Yeah.
But the original one, that was the basically Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. I was gonna say Escape from L.A. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Escape from New York.
David Hasselhoff. Yes.
Yes, David Hasselhoff. Correct. Legendary actor from Baywatch.
Yes. And was he a Knight Rider?
He was. Yeah.
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider has really put him on the map. That's what they said. And then the ones, so they use those versions, and so they're ignoring all of the historical legacies. And like you said, they did alter a lot of origins, which I believe is the reason why they've started doing the Ultimates line, was to modernize, for instance, like Spider-Man's origins. Because when did he come out? In the 50s, 60s? And all of that?
60s, I think.
Yeah, and so, nuclear, everything was nuclear and space and all of that. So obviously we've moved on. Now we're in the digital and technology and computer tech age. So they modernized it now, and they kind of ignored all of those other stories, which includes some of the things that happened, I guess, in the 80s and early 90s, which they was kind of like a big renaissance for comics at the time. That's when we got a lot of the good designs and good stories that they claim.
Yeah, we got all that with the Sam Raimi movies, except for maybe the Venom. Nobody really liked Venom.
I liked Venom. But I actually honestly thought that the dude from the 70s show, I honestly would have liked to have seen him go. Like, if I had a time machine, I'd go back and cast him actually as Peter Parker.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think that he was schmarmy and sarcastic enough to have been a good Peter Parker. Because I think that was the one thing that Tobey lacked, was the charisma. He definitely had the geek thing, the awkward geek thing going on. But when he said his one-liners, that's where it just kind of fell flat.
Yeah, well, I think everybody's pretty much in agreement that Tobey was a good Peter Parker, but not a good Spider-Man.
There you go.
And Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man, but not a good Peter Parker.
Yeah, okay, I can believe that.
And then Tom Holland's kind of a good mix of the two.
Yeah,
he does have his one-liners, and he does deliver them pretty good.
Yeah. He drives people up the wall with all his pop culture references.
I like that, though.
Yeah. So,
especially since he's like young and he's always like, you ever see the old movie
Star Wars?
Aliens?
Yeah. Star Wars. And you notice how he's only using the names that Disney Marvel owns now, right?
Although, I mean, they're not going to use someone else's movies.
Well, and I think that when he said aliens, now that you mentioned it, that came right after the merger finished, so they were like, oh, you can say aliens now, we own Fox.
They could use Predator now, too.
Yes, they can. Yeah.
Because they own both.
Yeah. They announced that too. That broke, I guess, like on Friday or Saturday or something. I think it was Friday.
Oh, the rights go back to whoever.
That they're already going to make a new Predator. It's going to be in the like early American frontier days, or even before like European settlers came in, and it's going to star a Comanche woman who's going to go and break gender roles by fighting the Predator. So
they already did that with Alien vs. Predator, because the lead was a female on that, and she became like the Predator's like right hand girl, and she got one of the marks.
Yeah, that
she helped him fight the alien.
Yeah, well, this one is her 1-on-1 going up against the Predator. In before guns and all of that were invented, so yeah.
Did Comanche women fight?
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying is the thing, because it's gonna break gender roles and gender norms, because she's gonna go toe to toe and
but doesn't that go against what they did though?
Yes.
Like, I could understand if maybe you went to like the Fate universe and gender bent like Geronimo or something.
I could kind of, to play off where you're going, I could see that in a culture that was a little bit more acceptable of female warriors, like, I hate to breathe the we, but like the Japanese culture, there were women samurai.
Yeah.
Like Ginshio, Tachibana Ginshio, she was the head of a samurai clan. And and then Tomoe, obviously. Tomoe was a general right there alongside her husband.
Yeah.
Tomoe Gozen. So there have been female samurai historically notated. So they do exist, but for some reason they just wanted to pick a Comanche woman to go fight a predator in before technology happened.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and that's why it was so funny when you mentioned that. And again, it's not me trying to like jab you or troll you. I honestly ask your opinion here because you still care about these things. Clearly, I'm weeb. I'm 100% invested in the weeb. I used to be up until Infinity War. I'd almost say maybe 80-20. Like, I know you said that you haven't seen all the MCU movies in the theater. I have.
Right.
All the way. Even, like, Thor Dark World, Thor Ragnarok. Even though I'm not even a big Thor guy, I still went and I saw every single MCU movie in theater. Spider-Man, all 3 Captain Americas, usually at midnight as well. Usually at the midnight release, I went.
Right.
And so yeah, I was that into it, and yeah. And now I'm just done. I'm just done, and I see the frustration going on with a lot of these guys on YouTube. While we're over here like, ooh, Kimono Michi, ooh, Konosuba, ooh, Nagatoro, ooh, ReZero. We're just getting hit after hit after hit after hit, and everyone's having a good old time. And these guys are like, I bet Taskmaster's going to be a woman.
Oh, so they're not even sure? They're just guessing?
Yeah, they're just... Because of the way, like, what they showed with the Eternals, how everybody was, like, race swapped, gender swapped, everything, culture swapped.
Okay, you know what? Just because of that,
yeah,
I hope Taskmaster
yes,
is a woman.
Taskmaster, okay.
Yeah, is a woman.
There you go, that's the name of the episode. Taskmaster.
Yeah, just to spite this person who said, I bet you it's going to be a woman.
I hope your gamble pays off. There you go. He's gonna put all his chips on Taskmaster as a woman,
and I hope she's the most masculine-looking woman you ever find. What's her name? Cyborg from WWE. Well, not WWE. From MMA. From UFC. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever promotion she was from. She could be Taskmaster.
I'm down. I support you, man. I 100% support you. So after Black Widow comes out, Roman's review is going to drop. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to let him drop the bombs left and right. Just carpet bomb the whole review. And then she jumped through the window on a motorcycle. And I was just going to be like, that's cute. That's so close. Which is funny because, again, it's all this racial equality and all of that and gender equality and all that. And I literally today finished Kimono Michi where he didn't care, man. He suplexed women. He suplexed Beastmen. He suplexed kings. He suplexed princesses. He didn't give a fuck. He was all about equality. He didn't care, man.
Unless you're an animal.
Yeah.
Like a real animal, not a Beastman.
Yeah. And then
he was still kind of conflicted.
Yes, yes, and why? Because he was about defending the poor and the innocent. That's a hero.
The animals.
Yeah.
Let's not sugarcoat this. It was the animals.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't care about people.
Kind of.
Not at all.
Well, he did help like Carmilla. He helped her get strong, and he was still bros with Mao at the end with Demon King.
Well, they're rivals,
right?
And Carmilla asked for help because she wanted to beat the person. I can't remember.
Rose.
Yeah,
Rose. Yeah.
And she was trying to learn wrestling to do it, so yeah.
Well, after she was talking shit to Genzo for like the whole show.
Yeah.
And he still was like, all right, fine, I see your burning desire for vengeance. I'll train you, or I'll help you train. So...
Yeah, before that, he didn't care. No,
right, exactly. But because of that, he respected her enough, or at least cared about her cause enough, that he went and helped her out. And I'm like, that's a hero right there, man. Kind of. But yeah. But then again, this is also the guy that wrote Konosuba. So again, it's going to be schmarmy and sarcastic and dumb. But there were moments there where he just didn't care about any of that stuff. Any of that stuff that these Western comics companies are putting front and center foremost. And it's just like, what? And I wanted to also go back double back around to Tom Holland and all that.
Yeah.
So you like the MCU's portrayal? Like they completely went from his I made it in my room spider suit to completely just going straight to Iron Spider. You didn't have a problem with that?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. was going to get killed off, so they had to rush it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I didn't have an issue with it. Plus, it was a cool-looking suit.
I honestly, that was another big complaint because they feel that due to the merger and the shared universe concept that the whole Spider-Man being an independent superhero that don't need no Stark Industries was a big turnoff for a lot of like the OG comic guys.
I just remember the one comic panel where in what was it? New Avengers when that first started coming out. Spider-Man was a part of that.
Okay.
You know how they got Spider-Man to join in? Iron Man went up to him and said, "We have money." And he said, "Oh, thank God," and hugged Iron Man. So, yeah, no.
What year was this?
This was back in the early 2000s, like 2005, 2006.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was when I was getting back into comics. It was a good run. Spider-Man got his arm broken at the very beginning.
There you go.
Like, Jesus. What was it? All the supervillains from, I can't remember the name of the prison that's in the middle of the ocean.
I think that's what they call the raft now, right?
Yeah, I think it was the raft.
Yeah.
Were getting broken out.
Mm-hmm.
And Spider-Man was one of the first people to get there, but all the prisoners were already out, and they put a lot of them in there.
Right.
So, yeah, they wanted revenge, and they were pretty much going to kill him. They broke his arm, and then the rest of them, like Captain America, Iron Man, all showed up and started helping out. That's when the Sentry was first introduced.
Oh, yeah. Because that's a pretty popular staging point now, because I think that was also the intro for the PS4 Spider-Man game. I think it started in there, in the Raft Maximum facility, Maximum Prison.
The new one?
Yeah, the PS4 Spider-Man. Okay. Or at least he went there. And then I know that Ultimate Alliance 3, the one that came out on Switch, they also went there to the Raft. Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, we house all the supervillains in here." And then before that, it used to be the Rikers and all of that on New York.
Yeah.
So Rikers Island or whatever, and then all
Yeah, I forget which prison it was. It might not have been the Raft, but it was one of those big prisons that housed all the villains. It might have been Rikers before it became the Raft.
Yeah.
It might have been that one because that might have what triggered the event that made it the Raft. Was them all getting broken out, and I think the first part of the series was them trying to track down whoever got away.
Right.
So, yeah, I remember there was this one dude, I can't remember his name, but he had like this crowbar. It was like a mythical crowbar or whatever. They gave him superpowers, and he just kept going on about how he beat Thor.
Okay.
I've beaten Thor before and all this and that, and then he got his butt kicked.
Of course. Of course.
Which I'm pretty sure there was a comic where he did beat Thor.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Was it the Wrecker or something like that?
The Wrecker?
I think his name was the Wrecker.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I did want to ask you about villains that keep coming back. So I saw that in Falcon Winter Soldier that Batroc the Leaper came back. Yep. Was he still played by George St. Pierre?
Yes.
Nice. That's it. That's all I had. Because I remember him from one of the Deadpool, like Deadpool's earlier comics, is when he was at a casino resort and he ran into Batroc and he said that too. You know, like I don't know why comic writers love to use that when villains like go like cross hero things and Batroc's are like, "Oh, I fought Captain America too," and so then Deadpool, is just like, "Oh, your name is Batroc the Leaper," and then he throws him off like the third story balcony. He's like, "It's not gonna kill you, but it'll break your legs." So. In true Deadpool, when I actually thought Deadpool was really cool and all that, and then before I knew it, Deadpool became mainstream, and my hipster status faded away, and I just stopped caring. But because I was like, he's got the dumb quirks of Spider-Man, the lethality of Punisher, and the healing abilities of Wolverine, and so I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But then yeah. Because my brother went to, I believe, the same comic shop that, used to be here on East 14th, and then they were over there by our high school for a while, and now they're the ones over there, the ones that keep coming to Fanime.
The comic shop.
Yeah, the comic shop. Yeah.
That's not us. That's not me being like, that comic shop. The actual name of the store is the comic shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to keep clarifying because if anybody who hasn't listened to us before comes on, I want them to know that's the actual name.
Yeah, registered trademark. But yeah, I don't know how he did it, but I guess he just picked them up. Maybe they were all on clearance or they were like just cheap or whatever. But I just remember just reading the whole long box of them. And then I remember that towards the end of it, Udon Comics, the guys that did like the Street Fighter comics, and now one of them is doing Common America, Common Mask, or Common America.
Yeah.
They were doing it, and then after they ended Deadpool, they transitioned into Agent X, which I don't know what happened to that guy, but yeah, they were doing it for a minute, and yeah, that's about when Taskmaster was getting involved with Deadpool as well and all that. But the point is that when they do that, they come over and they're all like, oh, I can take you on because I fought Iron Man and all that, and it's like Spider-Man's just like, who cares? Then he punches him out or something. And it's like, well, I'm Thanos, and then he loses a Squirrel Girl or something, and it's like, okay.
Well, to be fair, everybody's lost a Squirrel Girl.
This is true. This is true.
Thanos, Ego, the Living Planet, Deadpool.
Yeah.
He hates Squirrel Girl.
That's funny. Good. Fuck him.
I have that. I think I have that comic too. It's a Cable and Deadpool comic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's when the first Civil War was starting, and Deadpool thought that he would go around capturing all the heroes that didn't register yet.
Yeah.
So he went to, I forget which Avengers group it was.
West Coast. Oh no, Great Lakes.
Was it Great Lakes?
I think it was Great Lakes.
Yeah, Great Lakes or something like that.
Yeah.
And tried to capture them, and then Squirrel Girl showed up and kicked his butt, and then the cops showed up, and he's like, they're not registered, and they're like, yeah, they are. You're an idiot. Get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. You'll never see that get made into a movie. Where's Ryan Reynolds to do that one, huh?
Well, they already did Civil War, so they can't do it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even about hero registration, really.
Right.
Plus, it wasn't really much of a Civil War with only like 12 people. At least in the comics, it was like every hero.
Yeah, right. Everybody was involved.
And
Fantastic
villain.
Four. Yeah.
I remember the one with Howard the Duck. When Howard went to go and register. And they're like, he went to the police station, and the cop was like, we keep getting all these calls about a giant talking duck. And we just kept saying, it's just your imagination, whatever. And it got so bad that we just said that you don't exist. So you don't have to register. He was like, I'm free. I can do whatever I want because I don't exist.
And the original Civil War wasn't even that long ago. It was like, what, 08, 09? So
yeah, it was about the same time I started reading comics again.
It goes to show you that good writing in American Western comics didn't really end or go bad not that long ago. What was it like? Crap since like the 90s or something, even though some of them would say that it would be, but for me, when I see stuff like that, it's more like it was like waves, like it was like there was good times and bad times, and good times and bad times, but
and this just seems to be a long wave of bad.
Yeah, post like 2010, 2011, like basically when the Disney merger happened, it was just kind of like, as Disney saw the more money-making potential coming out of the MCU, they strangled it more and more, and then they got in all these indoctrinated people coming out of university, like myself. Roman has seen my my SJW-esque postings, so he knows that I know their tricks and their schemes.
Yes. I've seen it firsthand.
So, yeah, and now they're losing to manga and anime. And also, I wanted to also double back one more time, and I do agree with you on the Spider-Man thing. Never bugged me either. I think and they were like, and I don't know why. I guess it's because they appreciate that story of the scrappy kid who has nothing, and he builds his own web shooters and builds his own web fluids, still gets the hot chick, and he beats the supervillain, saves the day. I guess the OGs, these guys that, again, the commentators I follow on YouTube and all that, they appreciate that kind of a story.
Right.
And
because then it's like, this could be me.
Correct. It resonates a bit more about how you really are ground level, but you still find the strength. Yeah, to find the strength or the way to beat it and save the day. And I get and respect that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that where I get lost, though, is again coming from the manga and anime background. It's like that would just be one story arc. Because then the next villain would come along and he'd be all like, your Bankai is meaningless to me. And then the process starts all over again. So then the main character needs to find something else out. Or he needs to develop or get stronger again in a different way. Or just, further enhance the power of love and friendship. You know how these Shonen Jump things go.
Yeah.
But it's like that. I mean, and you saw that in Demon Slayer too. It was like Tanjiro fought Spider Dude by himself, and he used his father's technique. However, when it was the Demon Train, he had to get Inosuke's help, and Inosuke came and helped him out. And I keep wanting to call him Kaoraku. Again, no, Rengoku. You saw Rengoku, even though he was the most OP, he wasn't the main character. Funny enough, my brother, he just started, I guess he marathoned Demon Slayer over the weekend, and he saw the movie, and I told him that Demon Slayer, I think, won by default as the highest grossing movie of 2020, because it was like the only movie in theaters. Like, they didn't care. And it did come out in like China, Hong Kong, Singapore, I believe, Taiwan, and Japan, obviously. So it kind of just won by default. I find it funny how they're still counting all the money it made this year towards its 2020. But I'm like, whatever. But I told him, I was like, and after what Rengoku did, he's the voice actor of Ainz from Overlord. Yep. I was like, yeah, after they saw how much money Demon Slayer made, they sure announced that season 4, second movie of Overlord with a quickness, didn't they? They were like, he's coming back. No, kill him off. He's coming back. Overlord, more Overlord. This guy's fire right now. More Overlord. He was also Miku's father in Way of the House Husband.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
That poor guy who just wanted a son to play catch with.
Play catch. So yeah, it again, it's the power of anime and manga, man. It's yeah.
Speaking of Demon Slayer, I know recently they just announced that it's now the second highest grossing anime movie in America.
I heard it was the number one, that it actually overtook Pokemon.
I haven't seen that yet.
Okay.
I saw this a couple days ago.
Okay.
That it beat the second Pokemon movie.
Yeah,
and the only one ahead of it is the Pokemon movie.
First, yeah.
Which, I mean, considering the fact that the Pokemon movie got a full release.
Correct.
Is pretty impressive.
Correct.
But Demon Slayer, who had a limited release.
Correct.
Is practically almost catching up. Then again, you got to think of inflation and the price of tickets nowadays. Mm-hmm. But even still.
And it's still in theaters, I believe. I think it's still going. Like, it was still like 4th or 5th place at the box office. Like, it's still going.
Well, I mean, that word of mouth.
Yeah, and it's like you said. Remember, it's only got good animation and good characters and a good story and good music. But other than that, it's success.
Yeah. According to all these haters. You take all that away, nobody would watch it.
Yeah, it wasn't even for any of that. And then there's the stupid Fate fans. Those guys suck.
Right.
Again, it's almost like as if you make a consistent product and the fan base will follow you. What kind of jerk-ass move is that? A good customer service? Who does that? Can't wait for the live-action Hollywood where Nezuko is going to be a sassy black girl. And Hanjiro is going to be her dorky white. Well, he's not going to. He's going to be played by Tom Holland.
He's going to be played by Tom Holland.
It is.
Could be Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Oh, there we go. That's going to be a little weird, though. That's going to be a little weird because they're supposed to be dating in Spider-Man, but now they're going to be brother and sister. Yeah, I mean, they're actors.
You've also got to remember that Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver were brother and sister in the Avengers, but then they were husband and wife in the Godzilla movie.
It's a good point, but they changed him. They changed him in WandaVision, remember? Now it's Boner.
No, that guy is not Quicksilver. That was some dude on, witness protection who, I can't remember. Agatha just made believe was
because they're dicks. Because they're dicks. Because Disney Marvel is a bunch of dick bags.
Although I do find it funny that he pointed out, where's your accent? But she kind of uses it and doesn't use it. It's like it depends on, it's like those, foreigners who come over, and then after a while they lose their accent, but then like if they get angry, it like comes out.
Right.
That's kind of like what I see with her now, where she's been over here long enough where she's kind of lost the accent, but when she gets angry or something happens, it like comes out.
She's not the first one, because I don't know if you saw the Scarlet Witch trailer, which I haven't, but I saw enough people review it, and that was one of the things they just called her out on. They're like, what happened to your accent? Again, it's just Disney Marvel just being inconsistent or just not caring.
It was Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because that's when she stopped.
Yeah.
That's when she stopped with the accent. But yeah, she kind of uses it in WandaVision. But it's like I said, it's when something happens and she's kind of angry is when it kind of comes out. So I see it more as like one of those like foreigners who just kind of loses their accent, but when they're angry or mad or excited or something, it comes out.
Right.
Or even like not even a foreigner, like what is it? Anime even still, like the people that I guess supposed to be more southern, like
Osaka,
where they're trying to hide it, but then they get excited and their accent comes out.
Yeah, you see it too with Nagatoro and Uzaki, how they go the "us," and then sometimes they don't say it, but it's like when they get really like passionate on it, they're like "us,"
Yeah,
like yeah.
That's kind of how I see it with Wanda. But I mean, other people they can get angry if they want.
Right.
I always try to find like an excuse or a reason, like okay, this I kind of see it like this.
Yeah, no. I see what you're saying. I think that they don't, as a studio, when it comes to editing a cohesive story and it's supposed to be a universe that encompasses everything. That's the whole selling point of the MCU. And then they just kind of throw it away like that. Like, oh, we're not paying attention anymore. She doesn't have an accent. Oh, what happened to her accent? Oh, who cares? And it's the same, and that's why I kind of laugh and shake my head when they did that with the Fox X-Men's version of Quicksilver doing that thing, and it gets everyone excited. Again, all these the YouTube commentary community that covers the Western comics, or the downfall of, I should say.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, it's gonna happen. They're bringing in the X-Men," and then it's like, "Ha, no, it's just a joke. Fuck you." So his name is Boner, and he has nothing to do with anything. And then, like, I didn't even know about that, about what you said about how he pointed out, what happened to your accent? And it's like, that's a dick move. That is an intentional dick move. Disney Marvel is I don't know if they're giving the middle finger to the fans or to Fox, but that's just a dick move.
Yeah, because what was it? He came on.
Yeah.
And then it was like, at the end of one episode, then the next episode started, and it was kind of like a Malcolm in the Middle kind of episode.
Yeah.
And he's got kind of like a skateboarder kind of accent thing going on, like how they speak. And it's like Halloween, so they're out, and she brings up like, "What happened to your accent?" And he's like, "What happened to yours?" Like, don't bring up my accent. Where's yours?
Yeah, that's. When that happens in anime and manga, it's usually because it's a parody, right? Like when you showed me scenes from 100 Girlfriends, and the one dude's like Luffy, and the other one's the teacher that's Japanese, but she's blonde. She dyed her hair blonde. I think she's American. It's like it's all for parody.
Yeah.
Or Gintama. Literally, it's just parody. It's just literally a parody, and everyone's just in on the joke because they know it's not supposed to be taken seriously. But then when WandaVision did that, I felt bad for the fans that Disney Marvel just doesn't care. And and again, I even going further, because this might come back and someone might bring it up. But yeah, I know I'm a staunch capitalist. It's how capitalism. They don't have to care about you. They just need to take your money. But at the same time, too, like we just said with Demon Slayer, they should give a good product. And if the product is this cohesive universe, when you tease people like that, just be like, X-Men are coming, and it's like, haha, just kidding. That's not right. That ain't right.
Well, I know, what was it? Feige said it would take another 10 years or so before they even introduce the X-Men.
No, you know that by that point it'll just be reset. First of all, people like us, we won't even care if we're even alive. But beyond that, yeah.
But at least that's what he said. Who knows? Who knows what they'll do?
Yeah, I think that, and I don't know if you saw this, but somebody I believe was on a post on Facebook regarding Demon Slayer, and I think it was actually about Miyazaki, So Hayao Miyazaki, obviously Ghibli, that guy, he was commenting, about like how anime is trash, modern anime is trash, and all that. And I guess he really is retired because the movie he put out in like 2018 or whatever, he said was just his absolute last one, so he tapped out and all that. And then so of course people come in and they're like, oh well, most anime is just regurgitated, blah blah blah. And I gotta everything Miyazaki says I take as philosophical gold, right? Because he did these movies. And I'm like, I had to watch Spirited Away for my Japanese cultural class. It was a movie. Did I really walk away my life has changed? No, I hate to say it, but I think I felt more attached to Demon Slayer than I did. So, and going back to Demon Slayer, my brother and I both said the same thing, and I think the three of us all came to the same conclusion. Rengoku was an absolute tool in the TV series, was a tool in the beginning of the movie, but at the end of the movie, we're like, he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody said that. Everybody, they went and made us care for this guy. Literally, I want to get his Nendoroid solely on the basis of of the end of that movie. And, he was very badass in the middle of the movie, too. But just the sole, 20 minutes of that movie, it just established him as a character. And Miyazaki didn't do that in any of his movies. And this is also the guy that made Princess Mononoke, which is probably the only movie that I really could say I liked from him. But that's also because it was more like a war movie, if anything. But
I like a few of his movies.
I didn't care. I don't care. And I actually went to the Studio Ghibli theme park or whatever, that little thing over there at the edge of Tokyo. And it was alright. It's cool, but it just doesn't do anything for me. And so when I saw this guy, and this guy's just all quoting him, talking about, again, that Miyazaki's word is gospel, and anime is trash, and it's going to be calming down. And I said, Martin Scorsese, he's a guy that you guys may or may not have heard. He's won a couple of awards, some things called an Oscar and whatever, right? But he said that superhero movies are all the same garbage trite, and that he tried to watch a couple of them and he couldn't finish them. And not that he hates the genre or hates people that likes them, but, it's not cinema. And I guess we have to just, take him for his word and accept this Martin Scorsese guy's, take his gospel. Yeah, the guy didn't respond to me.
I mean, usually, if somebody, speaks like that about anything, they just call them a boomer.
Right. Right.
Which, I don't know, even me, I find that kind of rude and stuff, but, whatever. People are going to say what they want.
Yep, old man yells at cloud. So, it's like, yeah. Man. So, and that's fine. I don't mind critiques, and I will be the first one, and I've said this multiple times, that, people are mad at the anime formula for being successful, but yet they can't replicate it. But yet, Shonen Jump has been going on for, almost 40 years. Almost, at this point.
Shonen Jump? Yeah,
Shonen
it's been
Jump.
around for a while.
Yeah. And it's literally, they're all the same. They're all pretty much the same. Main character creates a band of merry men and then defeats random evils. It's the formula, and it's worked. It's worked. So,
change the characters a little bit.
Yeah.
Just, change it a little so it doesn't look like you copied. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Just change it up a little bit so it doesn't look like you copied my homework.
Yeah. I find it funny, because every time I see one of these comic book artists, mostly that one dude who won't shut up about it, I can't remember his name.
You talking about the one that just spoke out?
I guess.
Jerry Conway?
Yeah, that guy.
My boy who created the Punisher? That's why that one really stung, because you know how much I love the Punisher.
Yeah, I find it funny how these guys, their only real attack against anime and manga is the age of the characters. His big thing is that there's a lot of pedophile people who like these characters because they're all underage. And
how old was Peter Parker when he debuted?
Peter was in high school. I think he was 16, 17.
How old is Miles Morales?
He was in high school as well.
How old is Gwen Stacy? Gwenpool?
Gwenpool? Probably
Spider
high school. No, I think she was college. No, actually, I think she was high school.
I rest my case.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
how old were the X-Men when they debuted in the 60s?
I have no idea, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they were young.
Yeah. Bobby Drake, at least Iceman, I know for sure, was a high schooler. So,
And
yeah. He was literally Old Man Yells at Cloud.
trying to see if I saved this image.
And I get it, because that's obviously the main point that they always want to be about. Is all like, oh, it's just anime titties everywhere. And it's like, yeah, we know. It's fantastic. Remember when y'all used to care about that? As if y'all didn't think the 90s X-Men designs were the most iconic? You know?
Oh, yeah, it was like the over-sexualization of underage girls in anime and manga.
Right.
That's basically what they're talking about.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, there's really no choice because they're all in high school anyway.
Right. Okay.
And I don't really care.
Right.
Too much. Unless they look too much like a child.
You know, when's the most impressionable age to motivate someone is about that age? Right when they're transitioning from their childish ways where they have absolutely no control or authority over what they can do, to that time period right there in their teens when they're about to become adults and they're learning about control, authority, balance, and things like that, issues like that. And that's what makes that time so important and why it's so popular for comics when they start, they're like kids and all that, and then for anime and manga and all that, where it's all, that's why they made the trope, I'm just an average high school teenager, and then it's Jotaro Kujo from JoJo. That's what it means. It's you're making that leap from someone who doesn't know because they haven't been able to do anything on their own to someone who's now learning the ropes.
Yeah.
And it's a good time. So and the unique designs, yeah, I mean, sure, if you're paying attention to that, most of the time you kind of the shock wears off really fast.
What was this guy's name again?
Jerry Conway, Gerry, and then Conway. Yeah. Like I said, and everyone was looking at me too. They're like, he co-made the Punisher too, and I was like, well, now he can go get wrecked. He's dead to me. So, and they also made Power Girl. So yeah. Yeah. It was that one was interesting. And then and this happened actually in between our last episode, the last episode we recorded to this one.
Oh, here it is. Given the number of angry replies from manga fans to my post suggesting some manga art is pederastic and misogynistic, wrote Conway, I can only assume there are lots of incels who beat off to drawings of oversexed preteen girls.
Right.
That's what he said.
Question for you: when on the whole, on the average,
you posted that, didn't you?
I did, and then I sent in private chat the response to that of look, it's the state of your industry, and it was Spider-Man
being hung. Yeah.
But I just on the whole, when you go into join our Discord, by the way, it's the Mystic Sims, okay, Anime Mystics.
Yes.
You'll find it in the description of this video. When you see me spam or post or share, what kinds of anime females do I typically share or showcase or gravitate to? Just from your observations.
You're a lolly guy.
Yeah.
No.
Flatter the better, baby.
Right? No, he's a MILF guy.
Okay. So when he goes and says, "Oh, it's pedestic and all of this," and I'm like, "What?" Before we started recording, I was literally yelling with the guy. He's all like, Nagatoro should be flatter, and I'll be more like her canon style. I was like, "Yeah, they should put cannons on Nagatoro. I'm down with that." So you know what? You can fuck right off with all that, son. Talk like you know me. You just got here. You and all the Tumblrites. So. Welcome to the gate. I'm the keeper. So, that's what I'm telling you, man.
That seems to be their only argument. They have nothing else.
No.
Because there's nothing they can really say.
And was it Ada, or Ado, right? One Piece guy?
Oda,
thank you, Ado. Oda. It's funny. It's almost like he predicted this, or he's heard that argument probably coming from the Japanese fan base. So he said, you know what? Fine. He aged all his characters. Now what? What's your excuse now?
It's funny because the biggest thing I see complaints about for Oda is females.
Right.
Not really. Not like some of them are because of the boob sizes, but most of it is because they all look the same. And I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oda's gonna draw his style. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. I saw that Hanayame is about to do Rebecca. It looks like.
Yes, that's gonna be good.
That's gonna be interesting. So I hope she has enough glue to keep that on. Oof.
I hope not.
Jerry Conway is going to mean tweet about how patistic you are. These American comic pros are going to all tweet about how sexualized you're making her. As if she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yes.
So, yeah. And all of this actually it ties into a point almost an hour later. Because I saw it again. Since the last time that we talked, from the last episode, I went to Kinokuniya. And Roman Madoka, bless him, I go, did you need anything? He's like, yes, Ane-san next door. Pochi's other work that she did aside from Mommy Online. And I was like, oh, Roman, why do you like these lowlies? So,
wait, who?
And the book that you had me get, Ane-san next door, the succubus next door.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a demon.
The elder lady next door, yeah. And again, that's Pochi. She does her own doujins, by the way. She does her own doujinshi.
Oh,
and
is she?
Yeah, it's a lady.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a lady. And
God, she over-sexualizes females.
I know, man. And her mommy online, and how poor Mamako can't keep any of her armor on.
But I guess it's fine because she's female.
Yeah.
But a guy does it.
Yeah. We'll get to that too. We can address that issue. And I went to Kinokuniya, and it shocked me because this was like about the middle of the afternoon. The older sister, right?
Elder sister.
The elder sister. Yeah. I told because the Japanese title from what I remember was Ane-san next door. So yeah, the older lady or the old lady next door.
Yeah.
When we even got to the bookstore, the line wrapped around the wall. It went all the way around the wall, and I was like, wow, what is this? And for us, the San Francisco bookstore is usually like, people just come to hang out. They don't typically buy anything. They just go in, they meet their friends, and they're just kind of like, oh yeah, dude, this is on Crunchyroll and all that. Yeah, you're welcome. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
There's more stuff in there, and just keep digging. And it was always just the hangout spot, but people never really came in there. I'm honestly shocked how they managed to. Oh, that's yours too. Yeah, I know that I showed that I won that, but I was looking at it, I was like, I'm never going to pull it out, I'm going to forget about it. You're an actual Chizuru. Stop sexualizing her. I know she's in college, but you pedophile.
Right?
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, Shinobu from Demon Slayer, there you go. Because, it's only got a good character design, but the rest of it is trash, man. You won't like her.
Right.
So, and she's voiced by Hayao Miyazaki. She's never done a good role. She's never going to work in this industry ever again. But anyways, so
certainly not with the way she voices people.
Yeah. So the bookstore was never really. I honestly am surprised that Kinokuniya has survived this long because I've never seen it packed. I've barely seen people buy anything. Their prices were always more than like the MSRP. And then when Amazon came into play, it was like, oh, well, just going to basically kill bookstores like this, where they import books and they need to charge the extra to make up for it and make a profit and stay in business. Let alone being in San Francisco, Japantown. Yet, when I went there last week, the line wrapped around the wall. I was like, what is going on? And then we stood in line. And this was including that they were limiting capacity and all that. So there was that to consider. So that was one answer. But when we finally got inside, it was packed. I've never seen it packed like this. And when we were there a couple of weeks ago, last month we were there, and it was also packed. And it was not just packed. People were looking at all sorts of different stuff, and people were buying stuff. Like, while we were in line, while we were shopping, while we were just looking at all the different stuff, people were actually going up to the register and buying stuff. That was mind-blowing to me. Like, they had the guys running all around. They were all, like, stocking. There was, like, both registers were going on. It was jumping. It was busy, and I was blown away. I was shocked because, like I said, I was telling Roman and Sakiel that you see this, we see the videos, and we see people complaining about how the American comics are dying and manga is coming up and booming, and then obviously Demon Slayer is doing gangbusters, and I was like, yeah, but to see it happening before my eyes, I was like, okay, this is a thing. And I don't know if I told Roman or if I told the chat, but the One Piece section actually was had craters in it. Like all the volumes that were 40 plus were just gone. And it was like they couldn't even restock it, so the books were all falling onto each other or falling into each other. And it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy to see this many people invested in caring about anime and manga in the bookstore at Kinokuniya, when previously this was just the hangout spot. You would just come in, look around, be like, oh, this is a cool art book. Oh, it's $60. All right, then you guys want to eat? Let's go eat. And then you leave. And that was it.
Yeah.
But no, people were up there. They were buying, and that was they had these blind box pins from Rental Girlfriend. And the one they had on the front of the display was my girl Ruka. And so I was all like, oh, is this because all of them are Ruka? And I tried to, me being a moron, I pulled on the display. I'm like, give me Ruka. I want Ruka smash. And obviously I was like, oh, it's just the display. And so then I was like, are all of these Ruka then? I'm like, that's not how blind boxes work, but I'm just going to chance it. And so I was like, okay, either this one is going to be Ruka, or I'm just going to get Mommy, and I'm going to just be disappointed for the rest of my life. And so I picked the pin, and while I was still kind of looking at it, this other guy comes up behind me, and he starts pulling on the display too. He's like, give me Ruka! I want Ruka! And I was like, bro, it got me too! And he laughed. And then once he realized that Ruka wasn't for sale, he had to get lucky and pull her from the blind box. He just went to the register and paid for his stuff. Ironically enough, he was buying Rental Girlfriend Volume 1. So, just like most of us, he saw the anime, realized Ruka was best girl, and then wanted to buy some waifu representation. But, alas, it was not meant to be. At least for him, because he wasn't a sucker like me. And again, I'm not mad. I got Chizuru, second best girl, but I was just like, I have the Nendoroid pre-ordered already, so I'm like, I don't really need any more Chizuru merch. Maybe the Nesso, but we'll see. They did make it a Chizuru Nesso, didn't they?
I didn't see one.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll come out around season 2, though.
All right. And I remember when the Rental Girlfriend was out, and they said that all the merch sold except for Mommy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, no, I said that if I got Mommy in the blind box, I was going to give it to my friend who ironically likes Mommy. He's like, well, I like toxic females. And I'm like, do you? Or do you just try to be a dick? I think you're just trying to be a dick. But yeah, I told him that if it was going to be Mommy, I was immediately just going to give it to him. Just going to get the shit out of my face. It's yours. Give her a trashy home. So, yeah, it is, man. It absolutely is the Manga-lution right now, man. And I appreciate Roman giving me this opportunity to be doing these podcasts. 'Cause now I feel like we were ahead of the curve. I honestly feel like, we've been here ranting and raving. And granted, we weren't really necessarily American comics bashing. That was mainly me. But now it's so interesting. And, yeah. And now we sim for Nagatoro.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say, yeah, that was basically the end of it. I was shocked to see that the bookstore was busy. I have another friend who works at an actual comic shop, and I told him that I'm looking forward to the day where his comic shop just becomes the manga shop. And so, yeah, and it's funny because now we got the Nagatoro, and the most recent episode was Paisen making a stand for himself, and he's now joined the ranks of was it Shinichi, I think, from Uzaki?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Shinichi. Where he's making a stand for himself. And he's it was good. It was It was good. It was good. And what was it? I was watching Eric July, his video, and I also shared it too in chat, where he used anime is beating comics, and he used High School of the Dead. And then I said that, oh man, that's not even like the most lewd or ecchi shows that you can think of. Like since then, more have come out, and I was like Shimonetta, and then I was like Redo of Healer, and then I was like Ishizoku Reviewers.
Right.
And so I was like, if people are still thinking, oh, High School or High School of the Dead and Panty and Stocking, oh, those are so lewd, and I'm like, that's how I know you're out of date, son. But I'm not making fun of him at all. I'm just, because he's just doing what the best he can. That might have been maybe the last one he recalls. But what I'm saying is that the scene has continually been evolving and progressing. And the reason why I bring that up is because Uesaka Sumire, I remind you, sang the ending to Shimonetta, even though I don't think she was actually in the show. But she a freak and all of that. That's what I'm getting to. And Nagatoro and all of that. And I appreciate what I am going to call the humanization of her friends. Because the week before, what did we have? We had Nagatoro.
Yeah.
The JRPG episode where Paisen has his super virgin powers.
He's a great wizard.
That... See, and what's funny is they can use that. They can use that, you're a virgin and you get wizard powers. They can use that and sell that as a meme into a joke. And it works. Mm-hmm. But yeah, when they say, senpai, you're acting sus, it's just... No. Which ties into what you said earlier about Black Panther just being a meme-a-thon. And it's like, you can make memes in media work. But it is about delivery and it's about timing. And
the ones in Black Panther were forced. Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. Our memes are cheeky and fun. Yeah, his memes are tragic and cruel, which makes them evil memes, really.
Right.
I love Super Troopers. I love Super Troopers. But anyways, it's my philosophy right there. So yeah. And then we got the beach episode already. So, and that's the one that I screenshot where it's like, everyone makes the joke. It's like, oh, this is just step on me, Nagatoro. And it's like, she actually did step on. Oh, shit.
She did.
She did. Was it like that in the manga?
Yes.
Okay.
She did step on him. Because he was doing his usual, we're not dating and we gotta do, blah, blah, blah. Fool. So, yeah, she got mad.
Yeah, that was, I know that they meant to be like, she's torture porning him, but it really was more adorable than anything. So, yeah, this is indeed Nagatoro, the Bronze Queen. And we simp. I simp. Buy her juice. Oh, she drinks tomato juice, right?
Yeah. Tomato juice.
Yeah. Offer her tomato juice. And your innocence. But the following episode, the most recent episode, we got some Gamo-chan redemption too, because all the way up until, I know it was always like Gamo-chan best one, but I was like, really, it's like, her whole point there is just to be a dick or be a troll. But then in the most recent episode, now we finally got development, and she actually pushed along Paisen and Nagatoro's relationship. So,
well, she's kind of been doing that.
Yeah.
But mostly for the last few episodes, it's just been teasing Nagatoro. I wouldn't, just at Senpai's expense.
Yeah, because I keep going back to the buns.
Yeah.
Was it meat buns or it was just like melon pod? I thought it was just like melon pod.
Yeah, it wasn't meat buns or anything like that. It was just like melon bread or something.
Yeah. Which is an interesting take on this universe's dynamics or physiology, where the melon pod has the consistency of boobs. That is pretty interesting. Like you wouldn't be able to tell, and it's like, oh, I mean, then again, he's a wizard, so maybe not, but yeah.
Darn wizards get away with everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and now I keep, the more I watch Nagatoro, now I'm like, oh man, I need to listen to Roman's harem suggestions. I need to go start reading this 100 Girlfriends thing. I really hope that it just gets picked up, because that would just save me a lot of trouble. I'll just buy them instead of because you said that it was always hard to find a place that's doing the scanlations.
Yeah, it's been really difficult for me. I'll find a place, and then I'll catch up, then they'll never release another chapter, and then I'll look at the comments, and someone will be like, "Here's the latest chapters," and then I'll go there, and then I'll catch up, and then they'll never post another chapter, and then I'll have to find another one. I'm on my 4th scanlation site, but this one seems to actually be updating, so I think I found my place.
Nice. And to counter Mr. Jerry Conway's point there about everyone just sexualizing all the kids, the way Roman actually picked my interest was he goes, "Hey, the Ada type showed up," and I was like, "Go on," and then he goes, "Hey, the American who thinks the Japanese chick who thinks she's American with big boobs and cowboy hats, she's here too," and I'm like, "Go on." But then he was also like, "Oh yeah, the little cousin's here. She's kind of annoying," and I was like, "Pass."
She is annoying. God. And she cries a lot. It's like, shut up. Just go sit in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, someone else might be interested in you on the Discord. Anyways, shout-outs to him. So, he's the one that Roman and I were like, "Not us." And then we look to this guy, and it's like, "Oh, you're the one Jerry Conway's talking about." Ugh.
Yeah,
He's 1 for 3.
He's 1 for 3.
1 for 3. 33% accuracy. What's funny too is that he's in it, man. He will make. I thought I made some college theses. This guy will defend his Patonko with a passion. He will bust out scientific journals on why the flat is justice, and I'm like, I don't know what judge is presiding over your court, but they're wrong and they need to be voted out. I'm flat is justice needs to be thrown out for ethical concerns. No. And he's like, no, they can be older. It's not about the age. They can be older. They just need to be flat. And I'm like, what?
The flatter, the better.
Oh my!
If they have absolutely nothing there, he's happy. More than happy.
Yeah, he has a problem with the Stolfo and Venti.
I know, right? Hypocrite.
See what I'm saying, man? We can always anime and manga. We're just all about having fun, man. It's all just having fun.
I'm always teasing him about Astolfo.
Yeah.
You notice he never responded to my tag with him with Astolfo having 3 outfits.
Yeah,
he was naked with his 3 outfits. I was like, which one should he pick?
I laughed,
and he didn't respond at all.
Yeah, no,
I was like, come on, man.
I'm not even a big Astolfo fan. That's why I went with Venti, because I prefer Venti over Astolfo. But that's also because it's a cop out, because Venti can change genders at will. So
I don't really know Venti though.
Yeah,
I know he's from Genshin Impact, but other than that, I don't really know much about Venti.
That's fine, because we're on that Nagatoro train, so you don't need to worry about it. But yeah, the last Nagatoro friend that got introduced, what's she about? Is she also just gonna mess with him?
What was her name? Sakura?
Yeah.
She's gonna tease him, but in a more hands-on kind of way. Not like Gamo and them, where they put a collar around his neck and then took a photo of them together to get Nagatoro to run to the festival.
Yeah, I think that's why people said this was the best episode to date, because this one had the most action. I thought that was pretty funny. It's like, are you gonna go to the festival? I don't know. And then she gets the text, and then speaking of Quicksilver,
right. But what I mean is she's gonna grab his arm, and she's gonna kind of lean on him and kind of act all defenseless and stuff to try to get him to react. She's gonna do more stuff like that instead of the teasing, you're gross kind of thing. So yeah,
I liked how they were even hitting on Yoshi, and even Yoshi's all now I know that I usually am double McDouble over here, but now even I'm gross. So I thought that was pretty funny. I think Yoshi finally this last episode got some unique development. 'Cause usually she just always went along with whatever Gamo or Nagatoro was saying.
But usually she just copies or like repeats what they say.
Yeah.
I know later on in the manga she actually starts speaking for herself a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I think in the last few chapters she was actually speaking some German.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you did show us what's going on in the most recent chapter, and I was like, go on! Because we got the art club president, who still hasn't been mentioned, and what are we on episode 7 now?
Yeah, she should be coming up soon, though.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be coming up soon. I think some people said this next episode, or even the one after, she'll be coming up. Because they got to introduce her and then get everything set up for the school festival.
Which is probably where it's going to probably end.
Yeah, which is probably where it's going to end after that's done. But that's like a few chapters of that going on.
Okay.
Like them getting ready and doing his photo, as painting and stuff like that.
Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely picking up, and now it's like you said, the gang is all here now. So all of our players have established, and Gamo and Yoshi aren't sluts.
No,
so
they're not.
So
the other one is up for debate.
Sakura kind of loose there, so we'll see. But when Nagatoro finally was all like, "Oh, he's here. He's my white knight." So,
what was it? I was reading some comments in a Crunchyroll post, because they posted from this last episode where Nagatoro was kind of happy that he came over and said, "Let's go, let's go home," and everybody was talking about how this has been the best episode and blah blah blah. And what was it? Somebody mentioned something about the friends, and I was thinking to myself, it just kind of occurred to me. Because they've been kind of pushing along their relationship. And I'm like, it also kind of occurred to me just then that I was like, they're probably just happy that she's kind of interested in somebody.
Right.
Because as we saw in, episode 3 or something, where they were at the family restaurant?
Yeah.
She doesn't really seem to be into anybody that they've kind of brought to her.
Right.
And to see that she's kind of showing interest in somebody is just like, I don't care what he looks like, just kind of push it. Go for it. They're supportive,
right,
in their own way.
That makes sense. I want, and then I think someone asked about like, is Nagatoro a harem or a harem, and I think that this most recent episode actually did kind of delve into that too, because if I'm not mistaken, it looks like Gamo was kind of trying to get in on there too, and I know everyone's quick to be like, oh no, she's just messing with them, and I'm like, I've seen enough of these shows to kind of know that ain't quite there. I think she wants to get into them Python pants.
Nah.
No?
As a manga reader, nah.
Okay.
She definitely mostly pushes her like Nagatoro and him to try to get them to do things together.
Okay.
Like if something's coming up, she'll try to get them both to go, or like in the recent arc, there was like a judo tournament, and he sucks at judo, but he had to take part in it because I guess the school or whatever required it.
Okay.
And she recommended that she come to her family gym because they run a judo gym. Not telling him that Nagatoro goes to that gym. And they just kind of left them to themselves. Where he asked Nagatoro to help him train. And she was more than willing to help. So yeah, she's just very supportive of their relationship and wants them to actually do something.
Their wholesome step on me on the beach relationship.
Yeah, all three of them.
Yeah, I was about to say, nobody else at the beach thought it was weird that these 3 girls are just stepping on this dude.
Probably like Lucky dude.
Yeah. Wish that was me.
Yeah.
Step on me, my bronze queen. My bronze queen voiced by Uesake Sumire. Right. I keep wanting to. I swear there's a photo of her and Aoi Yuki together when they did Aho Girl. So I'm like, there it is, the 2 queens. Yeah, the meme queens, the royal shitlords together. Yeah. Aoi Yuki as Yoshiko, and Uesake Sumire as the vice president, booby vice president. She
was funny though.
Yeah,
both of them were funny. I liked them. I liked them both.
Yeah. Shocking, because Roman can't stand Aoyuki.
That is not true. Just mostly.
65% of the time true. I wrote on the announcement for the FGO thing today. I was like, I can't wait for Elephant Aoyuki, please come home. And then I responded to myself, not to be confused with Spider Aoyuki. Completely different.
Spider Aoyuki.
Yeah,
Which I still need to catch up on.
Same. I'm working my way up to it, though, but I completely forgot about Horse Girls. So I need to get Horse Girls out of the way as well. So it's like, I always share all the artwork and cosplays on Twitter, and then I'm like, I didn't even finish the show myself. And then I got my special week up there. Spec-chan over there.
Special week? They did that little mini anime, didn't they?
Yeah, I finished that. That I finished. But the second season I didn't. So I need to get back on that. The game looks great. But, of course, it's side game, so of course it's going to be great. But
yeah,
they need to just put it on console. So, but yeah. Yeah. So Nagatoro, we simp.
We certainly do.
What do we have to expect then? What do we have to expect in as non-spoilery as possible?
Okay.
And then we'll wrap up the Nagatoro section of this.
For what's coming up in the anime?
Yes. Let's say in the next 2 episodes, because I'll even get you started. Supposedly the bathtub scene with the FaceTime was supposed to happen. Did they skip it, or it hasn't happened yet?
They could probably squeeze that in at any time.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that pops up.
Okay.
Because it's just, I guess, any time after they've had their line information like shared and stuff like that, they can do it. So, plus after the festival, they're kind of a little closer, so I can see them kind of calling each other, or at least Nagatoro calling him. Because he doesn't seem like the kind who would start a call. But, yeah, I think that could still happen at some point. We'll see what the comic book artists have to say about that one. But other than that, I would expect the art club president to show up and the school festival. Yeah. And there might be I don't know if they'll do that yet, though. If they'll do the stalker thing with Sakura.
Second season?
Maybe the second season. That's the one I keep showing you where Nagatoro has all those images in the back of like medieval torture and like people put on pikes and stuff like that because Sakura is getting kind of close to Senpai.
I'm gonna be bold, just like you with Taskmaster her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say second season gets announced for January.
I hope. That would be good. I mean, if Uzaki can get a second season, Nagatoro can get a second season. And a lot of people were saying Uzaki was annoying. So, yeah. I didn't think she was annoying. But
No, especially not Uzaki's mom. But, I mean, I think Nagatoro is annoying because she's not stepping on me.
Right.
But then again, Lady Dom's not sitting on me, so, this is the world we live in. So, yeah, I'm saying that unlike Uzaki, though, where it's like, I don't know when we've gotten a year, though. That's why I'm saying my bold prediction is second season is going to be January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. Gives it plenty of time.
Now, if we're going to get the new girl that you were showing off to everybody, and I hope so, but we'll see.
I still think that might be like a third season. Maybe end of second season, but yeah. Like very end.
So you think that there's enough material as is right now to make a second season and still have leftover?
I think so.
Okay.
Because right now I think they're only in the 20s.
6 episodes in and they're only on 20s. Wow.
7 episodes. Let me see. 20... Okay, chapter 27 was this one.
Okay.
Where those guys come up.
The cheetah?
Yeah, this is when he was the mole.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that was when...
Okay.
That was the episode we just watched.
Yeah.
So that's chapter 27.
Got it. Okay.
So I think they'll probably end around 40. 40, maybe 50. And there's almost 85 chapters right now.
I'm gonna. I keep throwing you under the bus here, but now I'm gonna even push you now to my arena, and I'm gonna be like, if you were to pick a voice actress for the art club vice president or the art club president, who would you pick? I know you don't need to know her name either. You can just tell me a role that she's played. Who do you think would you pick
to voice her?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's hard. Let me see. Who can I think?
She kind of gives off like Nightingale vibes to me. FGO's Nightingale.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying not to include anybody who usually does like a quiet voice, because she's definitely not that type, I would think. I don't want to say Aoyuki, because she's in everything right now.
It's always the go-to answer.
I think I would actually... Oh, God. I don't know about that one either. Well, I don't know, maybe.
What's a character that you would say resembles her personality?
Resembles her personality?
Yeah. The voice would match. If it did a lateral move.
I don't know too many characters that like to get nude. I don't know who did her voice, but maybe the person that did Merlin in Seven Deadly Sins.
You got me there. You had to go with the show that I've never seen. And watch it be like Megumi Toyoguchi or something. Merlin and Arthur. Let's see. And this is probably not even going to give it. I'm going to get the English voice actress. Oh, wow! Maya Sakamoto. Really? 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 Wow. 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 Wow.
It always comes back to those like 7 VAs.
Right. Wow. Okay. You heard it here first, folks. We took a minute, but Maya Sakamoto for the... what it is with that choice, I would be more impressed if they had the budget to afford her. I think that would be the big roadblock.
The budget.
Not that I'm saying that you're wrong or it doesn't make sense. I'm with you there. I'm like, that's why I asked you what you would think of when you hear her as a voice. I think that she's very... She's got clout, let's say. She's got yeah. You probably might be better off with Aoyuki in terms of budget. But remember when Takahashi Rie... Yeah, well, actually, we're going to get to that, too, because I wanted to talk about ReZero now that I finished it. Speaking of Maya Sakamoto.
Right.
But a couple of instances about them when they did the FGO thing, and Takahashi Rie made her all Maya Sakamoto party. She had, like, Berserker Jean, and then Jean Alter, and then she had... Alexander. So, yeah. And they were like, we're sensing a trend here. And then, obviously, when Maya Sakamoto surprised her in the studio during the ReZero, was it broadcast or behind the scenes and all of that? But when Takahashi Rie was reading Echidna's lines.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. So, funny. That's funny. But Maya Sakamoto seems like is a giant sweetheart from everything I've seen about her. But yeah, she pricey, man. But that doesn't. When I see Merlin from Seven Deadly Sins, that definitely doesn't look like a character. Not like she has not done fan servicey characters, but that wouldn't have been one that I would have pegged as a Maya Sakamoto. But Yeah. Okay. And I know Seven Deadly Sins, and I know people like you said that once JC Staff took over, the animation took a hit, but still, I think that that's pretty popular enough, and obviously has been around long enough that I need to watch it at some point to get in, and it's a goddamn mascot.
Animation took a hit, and they started censoring the blood. Like, instead of it being blood, it was white.
And that was on all showings, even like the Blu-ray releases?
I'm not sure about the Blu-ray, but I know the one that I watched, so many people were mad.
And then it's on Netflix, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
And that Netflix is the censored one as well?
I haven't watched it on Netflix.
Okay.
I stopped at episode 4, and then I was like, eh.
Because that's when I get around to it, I was just going to watch the Netflix version unless there's something really, really bad about it, and then I'd just sail the high seas.
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 seasons are really good.
Okay. And I think it has the movies, too.
Yeah, I think the movies are up there.
2 or 3, I think. But yeah.
I think there's 2 out, and I think they're coming out with a 3rd.
All right. Interesting. We'll see. If Roman calls it, if Roman called Maya Sakamoto for the Vice Club president, I will pay his ticket to go see the Eternals. I will buy his ticket to the Eternals. So, not like a movie he wants to watch, like Black Widow or Shang-Chi, but for the Eternals. Just because he made me buy him a movie ticket, I'll stick it to him. But all right. So.
Oh, they got a voice for her now.
For
Club president.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Nana Mizuki.
Oh, shit! You were actually not that far off. That's Hinata. That's Hinata. That's Takamaki from Persona 5. That's Kenshin Utsugi. That's, Nana Mizuki, dude. Wow. Interesting pick. She was, in one of the... What was it? Rosario Vampire. She was what's her face? The main character.
The
vampire chick.
Okay.
That's her. Of course I can't remember her name. But yeah, they're not that far off from each other, honestly. Nana Mizuki and Maya Sakamoto. Wow. Someone else that I figured you wouldn't have had the budget for. And of course they don't say her name, of course. Mocha. Why can't I remember that? Mocha, yeah.
Oh, her name's Mocha?
Yeah, Mocha. That's her, the main character. Because she's like the pink hair and then the white hair. Yeah. So that's her.
Okay. So she has like alternate personalities?
Yeah, it's like split personality. But yeah, that's Nana Mizuki. And she's been in a lot. She's also probably got a resume that's about as long as Maya Sakamoto's, but Hinata is probably the one that just blew her up. I mean, for fuck's sake, dude. She was even in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. She was Pause. So the Japanese voice for Pause in Metal Gear Peace Walker. So
like when you hit the pause button?
Yeah. No, it's Pause for peace. Peace.
Oh.
But yeah. And then she was on in Persona 5. So, but oh yeah, that's wow. All right. Uesaka Sumire, I was gonna say Mitsubishi Kotono, Komatsu Mikaku, and Nana Mizuki. Interesting choices. Yeah, I'm sure if you told our other guy in the chat that Nana Mizuki is playing our club president, I'm sure he'd also lose his mind.
Yeah.
So she's been in it for a while. She just had a kid too, not too long ago, like last year I think, or maybe even early or late 2019.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. She just had a kid.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I like I said, I mainly know her as Hinata, but yeah. Interesting. All right. So since we've been at it for a minute, and I want to get to, at some point before we hit 4 hours here, I want to get to ReZero. So I'm just gonna quickly go. I've been, now that I'm on summer break, kind of, I'm rapid firing off shows. I'm catching up on a bunch of shows, including as far back as like shows that I was watching in December of last year. So, real quick, Cells at Work. I finished that. It was great. Cells at Work Black. Go watch it because yeah, Haruka Tomatsu, not Haruka Tomatsu. Sorry. What's her face? Yeah, her White Blood Cell from Cells at Work Black. Great. Cells at Work Season 2 is more of the same. It's more wholesome than Black, not as dreary or as like jacked up. But if you liked Cells, the original, like, and how over the top and ridiculous was, I wholly recommend it. It's more of the same, and also, you know, Kana Hanazawa. So I mean, yeah, which goes right into the other show that I finished this weekend was Quintuplets, where y'all were like giving me shit because you're like, Ichika is a snake. Ichika did everything wrong. And I'm like, now that I finally finished the second season, y'all are jackasses and y'all were wrong. Ichika did nothing wrong. Ichika was, y'all just mad that Ichika made her move. And I love that Yoshitsugu Kirito, who also voices the main character, Futaro, how he's hella based. And he was just all describing the sisters like, yeah, that's Ichika. She's like the big sister. She's a moron. Oh, that's Nino. She just, you know, she's being honest with herself because she loves her family. She's a moron. That's Miku. Miku's learning self-esteem, so she's getting better. She's a moron. That's Yotsuba. Yotsuba's a meathead. She likes to work out and stuff. She's a moron. And then that's Itsuki. Itsuki is just trying her best to keep the family together. And she's a moron. I think that was my favorite part. That right there, where he just went completely based, was absolutely, I think, the best part of the second season. But, yeah, now we get a movie, so I'm ready for the movie, and I can't wait for that, so that'll be fun. And then finally, the Kimono Michi, which I know Roman also watched. You were also doing reactions to this for a while, too, right? Kimono Michi?
No, I finished it.
Yeah, but you were doing reactions to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
I remember because that one dude got really mad at me because I couldn't remember what a wrestling promotion was.
Really?
Like, I couldn't remember the name. Like, I knew it was like, it's like a wrestling, like, you know, like how you just forget something.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't remember. And then he went on the Discord and called me a moron.
Wow. It's dedication. I didn't know that Kimono Michi had this dedicated of a fan base.
And he was like, it's called a federation, you moron.
I mean, could be a federation, could be a league.
Promotion.
Could be a promotion.
Promotion was what I was thinking. I was thinking of that one.
Yeah. It could be an organization.
Mm-hmm.
There's many different terms for it. Yeah, this you know.
Because he got really mad.
Don't mess with these marks, man.
I was thinking of blocking him, but you know, whatever.
No.
I was like, no, I'm not going to go that far.
Yeah, no. So
I just won't talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
Which I didn't.
You should just keep calling him leagues.
In fact, I don't think anybody liked him. He was a jerk.
Oh, he's a wrestling fan, so by default he's a jerk. most wrestling fans are jerks. You can't see it, but I mean, I got Cesaro and what's his face to autograph my cat picture as the Bullet Club. So, and the Bullet Club is, you know, obviously at New Japan, and I'm getting WWE guys to sign my stuff. So obviously, wrestling fans are jerks. It's just the way we are. But I keep telling my other friend that he needs to start streaming, or we need to do Discord watch parties of the New Japan events, because that's another area too where the Japanese influence is just breaking through and causing the American arena or form to step its game up is in pro wrestle. Because it's like, you know, New Japan and all of what they're doing, they're really making inroads with foreign audiences. And, you know, they're just, I know that WWE finally made Roman Reigns like heel, and people are like, yay, they're all excited, but just like Marvel Disney, it's going to blow up in their face. Either they're going to make it go on too long, or it's going to get too stale, or eventually people are going to be like, okay, we've seen this before, do something else. And it's just the way they are, man. Vince McMahon is just like the Bob Igers and the CEOs of Walt Disney, where they're just still stuck thinking in the 70s and 80s, that line of thinking, and it's like, it's not going to work, man. kids these days, these millennials, man, they have the attention span of like about the time of a Marvel movie, about 90 minutes. And then after that, don't care. So, but Kimono Michi, yeah, I can see what you were saying. First off, I'll start with Butt Princess, and I can see what you were saying. But I think that she did get better because I appreciated her tenacity. But I think the reason why now I understand why you claimed you liked her is because she just became more. She basically became darkness by the end of the show.
Yes, she was a masochist.
Yeah,
and you know me and masochist.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is or when it started. Probably with darkness, but yeah, I like masochists. But Carmilla was still best girl.
Carmilla got better. Carmilla, I appreciated her as well. I think I liked Celis, especially once I found the lizard man. Especially once I found out it was Kaguya from Kaguya-sama. I was like, it is? It is! Fuck yeah, let's go.
Wait, who?
The lizard chick. The chick that had that train with Genzo.
The one that wanted him to train. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Kaguya.
Kaguya.
Be your student.
Yeah, Kaguya.
His student, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember.
Komi later this year. With one of our guys is all like, I'm still in denial. I don't believe Komi is coming out. And it's going to be like right there in his hands. He's going to be like, this isn't real. This is all just a fan edit. It's going to be like distributed by Aniplex. I don't believe it. Dude, it's here.
It's coming out in October, right?
Yeah, it's October. Yeah. But,
it waited till April.
Yeah.
And then on April 1st, it'd be like, we were lying.
Yeah.
April Fools.
Don't. You're going to get now someone else is going to come on the Discord and call you an asshole.
Instead, here's redo of Healer Season 2.
Ah! Starring Koga Ali. because what was it? Wasn't the dudes that shared it? It was Freya's voice actress's birthday, right? And it was like the only role she's done is Freya. Like that was her big debut role.
Really?
Yeah, unless they were trolling.
Who's the voice actor?
I have no idea. It's on our Discord though under the anime recommendations because her birthday actually did seem to have passed. But when, they usually like, oh, this is so-and-so, this is, she turned this year's old, she started here, and, and it's a collage of all her roles. And the only role they had in her collage was Freya. So, yeah.
I'm looking.
Okay. Yeah, it's all my... So, the rejected girls will finally win. Can't wait for that anime to come out. Toyama now is going to voice the main girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Well, the light novel is being written, but we all know that, yeah. Really? Maybe not. Maybe it was in Images and Memes? Now I'm over here. Now I'm trying to expedite the price list. There's a lot of images and memes.
Yes, there is.
Cute girls with squishy anime chicks. Each could do nothing wrong. There it is. Yeah. Say your birthdays. Shibuya Ayano. And so she did was Flare.
Wow.
Again, I don't know. This could be a troll. I don't want to believe it, but that's a hell of a debut right there.
Right?
Oh, so what was your debut role? Making out with my sister? Okay. Oh, so what a trashy ass show. I did want to mention that too. That I did share it in the Discord, and I shared it, I believe, on our wall as well on our page. But the author of Redo of Healer said that the anime actually made the light novel more popular.
Yeah, I think it's sold out.
Yeah,
they had to reprint the first 7.
They had a reprint. And I know that people like to say that it has a big female audience. It's not big. It's not the majority is female. I think what they were shocked was it was a high number. Like 30%, maybe even 40% were female that were reading Redo of Healer.
Yeah, it was a big number.
It was a big number that no one would have expected because they'd be like, oh, it's just cheap torture porn. Why? And then it's like Roman said, these are the same chicks that like Redo of Healer. 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Which is like Redo of Healer, but with shittier animation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And a rich dude.
And a rich, yeah, Keanu is rich. saying he ain't rich? He's loaded.
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
Okay.
I got up to when he... What's the name of the wolf girl?
Setsuna.
He just got her.
Okay.
That's
He
as
just
far
got
as
her.
I got.
He just collected her as a Pokemon.
Yeah. He just found her in the brush.
He just battled her, and now he's part of her team.
They just went to the Johto League.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a terrible show, man. Oh, it's so awful. I love it. At this point, too, I think that Japanese publishers and Japanese creators are catching on to the American outrage, and I think they realize there is this troll group that are like us, the Mystic Simps, and they're like, well, there's more of them, and they tend to have income, so maybe we should just keep marketing to them, and then they're going to laugh at the people that are making it, and it's just going to make it even more popular. But if this is all true, at this point, I don't see why they just don't, like, find a way to publish it themselves. Like, don't go through, like, 7 Seas Entertainment or anything like that. Just go, like, find a publisher and print it. That's what I would do.
If I had the money, I would publish it for you.
There you go.
I would say, I don't care. Let's get somebody who can translate this and get it out. It needs to be out there for everybody to read.
There you go.
It needs to be in every school, kindergarten, preschool.
It's a revenge tale like Shakespeare. You know?
Yes.
What was it? Othello, right? Was it or yeah, it was Othello, right?
I think it was Othello.
Yeah.
And Hamlet?
Yeah, Hamlet. That was the one I was thinking of. Basic, revenge tale and all that. It's the one he poured poison in dude's ear, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Redo of Healer is even better than that.
There's a rod.
Ugh.
2, actually, that you get to choose between.
So you gotta give her props though, man. When she was doing those screams when he was breaking her fingers, that's talent right there. And even Maya Sakamoto might have had a little problem with that. So
I wonder if they offered her that role.
She probably would have done it. Maya Sakamoto, a closet freak too, and I know this because she was in Made in Abyss. Okay, she was Riko's mom. So, and I saw that someone made a Tomita Miyu collage of her roles for this season. But Tomita Miyu is also a freak. She like third place freak because it's like Aoyuki big freak, Uesaki Sumire second big freak, and then a little bit, and then there's Tomita Miyu. She also becoming a freak, but she's working her way up to their level. But she getting there too. Roman keeps traumatizing her and Kaguya-sama, poor girl. Poor Inomiko.
She deserves it.
Wow. Treat her like she's in Redo Healer.
Bully Inomiko.
Yeah, don't bully Inomiko. I can't wait for that too. That's live action. And then we bring it all back to Kimono Michi and Koga Aoi. So that was she was definitely my favorite character. And then the Joanna, the evil girl that summoned his rival. That's Amamiya Sora. That's Aqua. She's an
was it?
Yeah, that's Amamiya Sora.
The one that had Rose as her guard, basically?
Yeah, the one who got destroyed by Hanako.
Yeah.
So
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Amamiya Sora, which is funny because, again, that's the same writer as Konosuba, so I guess they tried to bring her back for all of that. So, but I can't wait for Kimono Michi to be in, what's it called? Isekai Quartet Volume 3, Season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can do it.
Yeah.
It's publisher?
Kadokawa, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir. So.
I wonder if he'll bring any of his animals with him.
Just Carmilla.
Just Carmilla.
Just
That's
Carmilla.
fine with me.
I would love to see Celis come in there, but that might be too meta. Like I said, I think that Koga Aoi is an up-and-coming voice actress for show, but yeah, she needs to kind of keep going. She was in something else, but I can't recall. I just know her really as Kaguya and Paimon. It's like the two roles she'll always be. It's all like Kaguya, dumb Kaguya, and then dumb Kaguya in Paimon voice. That's all. That's it. So, but yeah,
Kaguya.
Yeah, and then that's what I said too, man. I know you were like, so what? Let me get this straight. Komi is just like Nezuko. Yes, but she's voiced by Koga Aoi, so it's dumb Kaguya as Komi who can't talk.
Yes.
So the super talented voice actress, she's pretty. She's really pretty as well, but all you're gonna get is. Yeah, that's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, but
Okay, Kaguya.
But yeah, I love how repentant Kimonomichi was, though, and how dumb he was, like Genzo was. Genzo also voiced by Diavolo, apparently, from JoJo Part 5, the main bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so apparently that's who voiced him, so I was like, huh! So, and then Orc King was voiced by Daisuke Ono, so Jotaro. So there you go. So Ono, very in Cells at Work, I just finished watching him as a Killer T-Cell. But yeah, Ono there. But yeah, it's hard to say because Kimonomichi was so dumb, but it literally was just Konosuba in like another part of the world. That's how dumb it was. But I appreciate all of the technical aspects of it. Like I did appreciate how it was like, yeah, I'm just gonna put him in a rolling cradle and all of that. Actually, Butt Princess. She's the statue from FGO, that chick. That's her. So that
statue?
Yeah, Suigata, what did I say? Suigata Rie, I think was her name. The most recent, she was in the Akihabara event, FGO. She was the statue berserker chick. Yeah, that's her. That's Butt Princess. So
I don't think I know who that is.
Yeah, because we forgot about her already. But yeah. But yeah, that's Butt Princess. So,
all right, nice.
And I just, like I said, I appreciated how at first, and she kept taking those suplexes like a champion, and you could see how she just kind of it just stopped phasing her, and then by the end of it, she was just picking herself up off of it, like it wasn't even bothering her.
Like, just do your job.
Yeah,
save the kingdom.
No, that's for your buddy Subaru and ReZero, which is now what I'm transitioning into. So I finally finished ReZero Season 2 Part 2, and that it was weird. It was a weird feeling because the whole Season 2 was really just them doing the trial.
You mean Amelia?
All of them, right? Just
all of it.
All of it.
Well, they had to do the trial in order to get the sanctuary, free.
Okay, and that's honestly what I was going to ask you too. I was like, what was the point of all this again? It was because the sanctuary had all those people stuck, right?
Yeah, nobody could leave because they were beast people. What do they call them?
Yeah, beast folk.
We'll just say beast folk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were, except for Garfield and his sister.
Right.
They were half, and because of that, they could leave, but the rest weren't. And it was designed to keep full-blooded beast folk in, so that they were pretty much trapped. But they wanted to leave, so they needed someone to pass the trial, and that was Amelia. Yeah.
Okay. that was a very long and drawn out roundabout way to get there, but yeah, because it was like, and I'm trying to recall all the things that happened in the first part, and it was like, well, Subaru's mom was hot, and his dad was funny, and yeah, and then it was like, it really felt like all the development was saved for like the last 5 episodes. Like when they showed Ryuzu and all of her and all of Echidna, like Echidna's, and they even said it too, even Amelia admitted, your waifu said that Echidna's not really a bad person. She just does some naughty things every now and then.
We'll see.
And then that Amelia Minerva moment too, I was like, oh, Komatsumi Kakawai, you so good. Oh, why you do this? Why is there no Minerva merch? And at first I was like, oh, is that like Echidna in disguise? That's Echidna. And I was like, no, that is Minerva. And I didn't really get that reference either. I was like, are these witches? Why are you calling them witches? They don't seem like they're bad people at all. I think Amelia was just an asshole and killed them all because she's jealous. How dare you have more better character development than me?
Amelia didn't kill any of them.
That's what they said, is that she killed them all.
No. What's her name? What's the name of the witch?
Satella.
Satella did it.
Yeah, that's Amelia.
It's not Amelia.
Okay. All right. Okay. Just looks like
Because Satella is dead too.
Okay. All right.
But it seems to be heavily implied that Amelia is her daughter.
Okay.
At least that's what it seems to be going at.
Okay. Yeah, this is why I wanted to have this clarification discussion with you to fill in all these blanks. But yeah, it was so, and then they dropped everything on you like right there at the end. It was all like, oh, and Beatrice is a spirit and all of that, and she's actually a disciple of Echidna, and so is Roswell, and so is Ryuzu, and Ryuzu is actually the engine that powers the whole barrier. And it's like, what the hell? What is this? Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's an Echidna Nesoberry, right?
I think so.
If you find that, pick one up for me. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know. I want that. Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. There was like, I know that like going into this, it was like, oh, Ram's best girl, and Ram still is the top of the pyramid. And I know all of y'all are like, okay, maybe. And it's because I know it's like I said, I do it to myself. I talk too much shit, and no one takes me seriously. But I don't have a bad waifu. I don't make bad picks. Y'all just take a minute to come around to my point of view.
Except for me.
Well, you're you. That's why I rely on you to be the counterpoint. But I know that even in your heart of hearts, you know that Ram is best girl. It's okay.
Nah.
Oh, for you, I shouldn't say best girl, but I know that she's up there for you.
I don't dislike any of them, really. Like, I don't even dislike Rem. I just dislike her fans.
Good answer. Yeah. What you got against Rim fans? Just one tells you to go kill yourself, and you just label the entire fan base.
Hey, no other waifu's fans has ever told me to go kill myself.
I mean, have you met some
over a figure?
Have you met some of these Echidna fans?
None of them have told me to kill myself, though. Or have tried to get me to sign a contract.
I would sign the contract and drink the tea.
No tea for me, please.
Yeah.
You have a Coke?
Yeah. She'll give you a Coke. She'll give you a Coke, all right. Yeah, it was. There was a lot of good characters. Like I said, Ram got some development, and I when there was even a little bit of a Inori Minase there with Ram in like was it the second or third to the last episode when Ram powered up was it Roswell, right? Or was it Amelia? I think it was Amelia. Powered up Amelia. And I was like, why would Amelia know who Rem is?
What? No. Yeah, okay, you're talking about when she was having that
vision
thing.
Yeah. Right when she was walking through the door.
Yeah, okay.
After Minerva told her to walk through the door, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah. Okay.
And, yeah, and I know Roman was like, skip! Piss off, you know what I mean to say?
Come back when you're Hestia.
Hestia, Reynes, Itsuki.
Come back when you're any other character.
Suya!
Yeah. I'll even take Suya.
Suya's great. Is the Ninja right out yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. Wonderfest needs to happen already. but yeah, no, there was a lot of characters. Now it really became, if anything, that's what I think that the second season made me really appreciate more of the characters. So like even like Frederica, which is kind of like, okay, well yeah, she's cute and all that, but then by the end of it, I was like, I stand Frederica, I stand Ram, Echidna, Minerva. I'm on the fence about Ryuzu. We'll see. Again, there's our guy on Discord. I think that's more his type, but you know. I like the granny talk. So
From what I understand, they cut out a scene
Mm-hmm.
where I guess the actual Echidna took over a Ryuzu body and is now traveling the world.
Or maybe
The one that was in the coffin,
Mhm.
not the other one. The real Echidna.
took over a Ryuzu clone, and what? Does she come back, or that's
She's back and she's like traveling the world now.
okay?
At least that's what I've read
Okay.
from comments, because they were complaining that it wasn't in the second season.
I mean, again, it felt, I don't know what happened, but they just crammed in all the exposition on like those last 5 episodes. Maybe it was too much running away, or the flashback with Juice that went on for like a while.
That was like 3 episodes,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. That one went on like, and that was only the first part of her trial, and I was like, ugh. But yeah. And yeah, I even liked Mother Fortuna as well. Fortuna had that booty go smack. So, which is why they had to offer, because apparently no elf can be hotter than Amelia. So then, but yeah, Amelia's mom's hot. Aunt, sure,
Technically,
sure, okay.
but she considers her mom.
It's Fortuna is Puck, right?
That's what everybody's been saying.
Yeah,
That
they
it's Puck.
yeah,
Because
it's
she calls Amelia her daughter.
yeah, and almost like the eyes looked almost the same and all that. So,
Yeah. So a lot of people have said that, yeah, I guess it's supposed to be her.
yeah,
She just became Puck.
right.
So I guess to keep an eye on her still.
And I can see why people would get confused because of Frozen Bond. You said you're watching that this weekend, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to watch that this weekend.
Okay. That's how they kind of met and all of that. And that really establishes Puck as like just something unattached to Amelia. Like really Puck was like, "Oh, you stepped in my forest and all that, but you're cool, I'll come hang out with you." And then season 2 happens and it's like, isn't that just Mom Fortuna? Isn't that just Fortuna as a guardian spirit?
But then it's does she even remember that she
Right.
was Fortuna?
Right. Yeah. And then I liked how they actually called the whole episode "The Day Juice Laughed," and it wasn't even until like the next episode that he finally was did something bad, and then he actually kind of laughed.
Yeah.
And then even then it was just kind of like, wait, what? That's what corrupted him? I don't. And why would the Witch of Vanity be giving him the title of the Witch or the Bishop of Sloth?
Well, she's the only witch left. There's nobody else to give him the title. Plus, the authority he had was Sloth.
Well, but at that point, though, they were still alive, though, weren't they?
The witches?
Yeah.
No, they were dead.
Saying, though, the more you know.
Yeah. Yeah, they were all dead.
Yeah, I think at some point now.
Because you got to remember, the thing with Roswell happened 400 years before everything.
Right.
And Echidna, I believe, died around that time, too, so. Maybe not exactly at that time, but,
Look at this trash waifu right here. Hopefully now at some point I have some time to get to sit down and play that.
It was a purple-haired girl?
No, that purple-haired girl is voiced by Amamiya Sora. She's the OC of the game. So, and I think this is the second game, I want to say, because there was another ReZero game that came out. I think it was digital only, though. But yeah, this is like, normally it's graphic novel style, but then...
This little RPG?
Yeah, I want to say that it's real-time strategy, though, like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Ah, okay.
So it's like, was it Krush? Is it Amamiya Sora? What's her face? She's got the Russian name, right? Anastasia or whatever, right? Anastasia? Is it? Or is that Anastasia? And that's Felt.
Yeah, that's Phil.
And that's Amelia.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, I forgot what her name was. But, what's her name? This is the one with, no, she's got Reinhardt, and she's got the purple-haired dude.
Yeah.
So, oh, look, it's Moogle Amelia.
Nice.
If you get that statue, you can go kill yourself.
I got the Nendoroid.
Oh, reals?
Yeah, she comes with that outfit.
Man, I can't believe that this is the artist from Conception. Man, that's so funny. And actually, Spike Chunsoft, they are the guys that did Conception and Danganronpa and all of that, so. But yeah. With Melty's arrival casting doubt on each candidate's legitimacy and the witch cult plotting in the shadows, will Subaru be able to protect all those he holds dear? Nah, he's just gonna save scum. Save load, save load, save load. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's Anastasia.
Okay.
I had to look her up.
Okay.
I don't know the name of the other girl.
Okay.
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Anastasia, Priscilla,
Okay.
and Felt,
Yeah.
and best girl Amelia.
I see Krush. Krush who didn't show, who left after like the first episode. Krush pieced out. But yeah.
After losing her memories.
Yeah. Didn't lose Felix though.
No. Can't keep a good trap down.
No. Felix also voiced by Horiyui, so there you go. Enjoy it. Take that for what you will. Enjoy. But yeah, Horiyui's what's her name? Claire, I believe, from Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter. I mean, Horiyui's been in like is just as bad as like Maya Sakamoto, but Horiyui is in Hidden Dungeon That Only I Can Enter, which is the next show that I'm gonna go and finish. Hopefully, if we have enough time tonight, I'll get started on that, and then by tomorrow put some more work into it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's another one I was supposed to watch last season.
I actually got like to episode 6 or 7, so I was like on it because that was like one of the shows that I wanted to keep up on. Because it also like again, Amamiya Sora, Jesus, she's in everything. She played the instructor, the one with the best butt in the academy.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I wish Amamiya Sora would sit on me. But yeah. So yeah, but Amamiya Sora is just coming up. So like. And that's why they make the meme. It's all like, everyone hates Aqua, she's so dumb. And then they show Amamiya Sora, it's like, but she's hot! And then it was just kind of like she does these meme rolls, and then she does Chizuru, and it's like, okay, finally. And didn't she cosplayed Chizuru as well, right? I want to say she did.
I think so.
Yeah, at least for a magazine or... Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, there, perfect. That actually works. But yeah, there she is in stealing the throne away from... Takahashi Rie again, because look, it's Chizuru and Sumi. Rental girlfriend. Yeah.
Aqua and Megaman.
Yes. But yeah. We'll see.
Yeah,
So
we'll see what happens.
But yeah, ReZero, and then we ended with Subaru or Barasu impregnating Amelia. So that was kind of lewd. I wasn't expecting that on my PG-13 isekai. But yeah. I also I wanted to ask too that the bunnies are now gone though, right?
Yeah, they're dead. Well, I don't think they're dead. I think they're trapped in another like pocket dimension or something.
Okay. And so the bunnies only came out though because of the snow? Is that what they were implying?
They were drawn by a large magical energy. So whatever Roswell was doing was drawing them all in.
Okay.
Because I think it was his plan to have the bunnies come and attack and give Subaru something to try to fight against. Choose between Sanctuary or the Mansion. Because remember, he wanted him to choose one, not save both. And there was almost no way he was going to save the Sanctuary without Beatrice. So he had to do both.
But then he got young Garf.
Yes, he did. Which I find funny because I forget what it was. I don't know if I was reading comments or something, or I watched a video where people were making fun of Subaru for punching a 13-year-old. And then it's like, did you see the 13-year-old just kick his butt and kill everybody a few episodes ago? I wouldn't be making fun of him.
He proved himself.
He did. It's the same dude that does Bakugo.
Yeah.
Not that dude.
Yep.
Nobuhiko something.
Okamoto. Oh no, Okamoto Nobuhiko. Yep. It's all like, yeah. Remember that time you did Bakugo? Yeah. Just do that. Just do that over and over and over again. You're forever gonna be typecast as Bakugo.
Seems to be his big thing.
Yeah. Oh wow! Hey, there he is in ReZero or in ReZero. Wow, Demon Slayer.
Well, we barely heard that guy talk, so
yeah, he was at the end of the movie. Remember, he wanted revenge.
Yeah.
So okay, and this was his accelerator or whatever.
Blurry. Is that the accelerator?
I'm gonna say so.
It probably is. I've never seen that show. Yeah, that looks like him. See, I know this dude from Blue Exorcist.
Fuck go. Saint Seiya? This is the remake? Yeah, there he is, Demon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
October 24th was his birthday. Interesting. Yeah, but pretty much, yeah. Absolutely. It's like, you could just tell it's all like, just be angsty and be a kid. Again? Yes. Alright.
That's what you're good at.
Except in Tower of God. When he's just all calm and cool and collected.
Who was he in Tower of God?
Oh, is it Bond's friend, the one with the bag, the magic bag?
That was him?
Yeah, that was him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And Big Lizard Dude was All Might.
All Might. Yes, sir. And then, what's her name? Tanya. I don't know what I call her Tanya. What's her face?
Aoyuki?
Not Aoyuki. Bitch in the wheelchair.
And,
We're old. We need to work on our memory.
Oh, God.
Oh, bro. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I do know who
That's
you're talking about.
Hayao Miyazaki. So that's your Shinobu right there. So
Nice.
But yeah. But yeah. And then Garf's sister, voiced by Miyu over there, Miyu Edelfelt. I didn't know that she could do an Ada Ada. I was impressed. She actually has done quite a couple of Ada Adas. So I was very like, I need to pay more research. But I in retrospect, I appreciate her and Ram kind of having that low key bitch cat fight together. That bitch fight. So like, call yourself a maid, you can't even make a good pot of tea. So like, oh, what of you would you know about making a good pot of tea? Your sister always did everything. Ooh, ow, ooh, meow. So all going Nagatoro over there.
Right.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked that little
dynamic.
Yeah, that little Cold War that they had going between them. It's like, how dare you insult Ram? Ram, you gonna take that? I'm just there with my popcorn, just like watching it unfold. You know, like, yeah. So, come on, Frederica, you gonna take that from Ram? Come on, she ain't even got a horn. Yeah. But yeah.
Cutting deep.
Yeah. I only take the toughest of the waifus there, including my Stockholm Syndrome Ram.
Right.
You killed my family, but now I love you. Okay.
It's funny because I do remember watching reactions to it and the people in the comments for that one because they brought up the fact that Roswell basically had that village destroyed. And everybody in the comments is like, well, technically, no, he just knew it was going to happen and didn't stop it. It's like, okay, that's not any better. But it was in his book. And, he wanted to follow the book to a T, basically, and get everything that it said. So, yeah, he wasn't going to stop anything.
So, I don't... I'm sure that Koyasu Takahito and Maya Sakamoto have worked in shows before, because Maya Sakamoto debuted in like '96 as Hitomi from Inesca Flone, but in there she worked alongside Seiki Tomokazu, who's the hot-blooded protagonist, like Gilgamesh and stuff like that.
Right.
And then she also worked again with Michi Shinichiro, who is like Kojiro, Sasaki Kojiro,
Right.
and then again like Tanya's commander in Tanya. But I can't tell you off the top of my head any shows that they've been in together. Well, I mean like Gundam Seed Destiny, but you know, yeah. Yeah, so watching them kind of bounce off each other, and in that by that time too, Koyas Takahito was already like in his 20s or probably even his early 30s, and Maya Sakamoto was like 16. So when she debuted in Escaflowne, so watching them now, it's like okay. So now he's the young man, and she's the older woman, and I'm just like interesting dynamic. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, but he wasn't like singing until he fought that dude. So I was like, did that dude like curse him now? So then now he's talking like this. That also kind of confused me as well.
I know there was an explanation that I've read, but I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
I think he's like imitating him.
Okay, I thought he cursed him or he absorbed him or something. Or they're just going to leave that up to interpretation because they also didn't really say what happened to the guy. Unless Echidna just like blew him up or something. But Echidna, I thought she said she's not violent or she doesn't use violence or resort to violence or something like that.
No, she just tricks you into violating yourselves.
Give me the tea. Down the hatch. Let's go. One gulp. And then I'll like shotgun the tea and then just smash the cup over my forehead. Seal the contract.
I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
Now do it again.
Yeah. With pleasure.
But this time on the neck.
Yeah, buddy. But then that's okay because Minerva will come heal me, so I win. I double win.
With her fists of love.
Yeah. Because she's so angry. Oh, she's so cute when she's mad. Oh, Mikako Komatsu. I also need to go finish that. Thank you for reminding me. The armor shop for ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you had finished that already.
No, that also was one because it was so short. I stopped on like episode 6 or 7, but you know, yeah, I just gave up. I tried. I honestly was like, oh my toxic masculinity will just power me through it. I can do these 7 classes and keep up with all these shows that got delayed because of the virus last year. The virus of undefined origins.
Right.
Critical Jinker. But yeah, I just gave up, man. I just gave up. But yeah, I mean, you know, it paid off. I made Dean's List.
Yeah.
But now I'm paying for it because I'm trying to watch a show a day now to catch up. Oh man.
Wow.
And I still have shows that I was supposed to watch back in December and all that. Like I still haven't finished like Kimono Friends 2. I had to write them down. So.
Oh, you got a long list.
Oh no, that's all the Nendos and stuff that I have.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
It's still a long list.
Yeah. Yeah, like Azure Lane. I stopped. I could take off Kimono Michi. I didn't finish was it Hokago after school games?
Oh yeah, the board
Caution
game
Hero, Cautious Hero, High Score Girl, Grand Blue Fantasy Season 2, Assassin's Pride. Never finished that. Aruma Kun, because you told me to. I never saw Nekopara. Yeah, Somalia and the Forced Spirit, Glipner, Destructive God, Inspector, yeah. And then there's even that one on Netflix that they put out, the High Rise Invasion.
Inspector. Is that the one I keep seeing images of where that girl's like, look at us being a happy couple, and he's like looking depressed? And
Yes. Yes. And she's got like cyborg parts, or her armaments are detachable or something, but her mind is still that of a human, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to say that was like a Crunchyroll funded show or something, but yeah, that one seemed pretty good, and it's like a whole 24 episodes though, so
I may have to watch that one too.
yeah, that one seemed really fun. But yeah, that's all stuff from like last year.
Yeah.
So
a lot of catching up.
yeah, I'm gonna be busy, and that's outside of the games too. So yeah.
Yeah, I still need to finish Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Fortunately, you know how it ends, so
Yeah, because we watched that whole thing
yeah,
that one day.
yeah. Surprised about how long the motorcycle chase scene is, but But no, yeah, and you know, to wrap up ReZero, I like I said too on Discord, I can see now why what's his face, the voice of Subaru, won the voice actor of the year, because he did in his moronic tendencies, he did sell the hell out of it. They're all like, Barasu, I have these reasons and this logic on why everything you're doing is dumb and will never succeed, and he's just like Roman, don't care. The only way I can be defeated, him not caring. Yeah, and it worked.
The power of not caring.
The power of being a moron. I am Natsuki Subaru, as he does his disco pose.
Yeah.
Was it I'm simply Amelia? Yeah. Oh man. But he got her. Hey, he got her. So.
Yes, he did.
So, what about Rem? What are you going to do when Rem comes back, huh? How are you going to explain this to Rem?
Everybody keeps saying that in the light novel, he brought up something to Rem about talking to Amelia about them being like a three-way thing.
Ha! My man. Nice.
Which I guess would make the Rem fans happy too. But still.
Giving them that quintuplets ending. Everybody wins!
The 100 Girlfriends ending.
No,
there are no losers.
Which is funny because Inori Minase's character Itsuki in Quintuplets, like, it was almost the same issue that I have. It was like Itsuki was like all over the place, really had nothing. All the other sisters were all making their moves on Futaro, and then all of a sudden at the end she's like, but I think I might have feelings too. And it's like, bitch, where you been? Shut up! You never said anything about this. At the very end, she's over there telling Yotsuba, like, oh, you have feelings for him, but I might have feelings for him. It's like, oh, shut up. But yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's worse, Quintuplets or Rental Girlfriend, but yeah. Yeah. Quintuplets.
I've never seen it, so
they're all
I
morons.
can say that.
They're all morons. Quintuplets really does go, like, bend its way backwards to make its harem plot holes possible. Like, I thought Ranma was pretty ridiculous, but I think Quintuplets, because Ranma you still knew was in a fictional universe, but Quintuplets still tries to ground itself in reality, and it's kind of like, but yeah. But Jerry Conway can't get mad at them being sexualized because they're quintuplets. They all have the same features.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we'll see. Any announcement? Well, they said that they're doing a ReZero like stream or anniversary or something in the summer, didn't they? Or an event, a ReZero.
Yeah, I heard
event?
about an event.
Okay. So you're probably gonna get a movie watch.
Or hopefully a third season.
Because Frozen Bond, what was that? Was that an original thing, or was that actually in the light novels?
As far as I know, it was canon.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. I know the first one was its own thing. Where Amelia and Rem got drunk and they were like up close to each other.
Some hot Takahashi Rie, Inori Minase action?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
It was nice.
Last time I saw that, it was Ueda Reina and Inori Minase, and it was Gray and Irenes. But what's funny too is I was telling my brother as well that because when I walked in on him, he was at the scene after Gonpachido had beat the spider guy, and so Ueda Reina jumps in on him as Kanao, and then she drop kicks him, and then she starts running away, and then I was like, see, this is the second time in, was it 2019, that Ueda Reina trolled Kito Akari trolled Ueda Reina because they were also in Watatenshi. So an angel flew down, and that was, I didn't know that was Ueda Reina, but Ueda Reina was Miyane, so Miyako, and Kito Akari was the little blonde girl. And so Miyako thought that nobody was around, so she puts her cosplay on and she's all twirling like she's Magical Girl Frill or whatever, Magical Frill Girl.
Yeah.
And Kito Akari saw the whole thing. White Lily, that was it, White Lily power. And Ueda Reina just like has this breakdown, and she's just like, ah! I meant to share that too because someone memed that to the Yoshi's Island meme, but yeah, it was great. And then Kito Akari just keeps trolling Ueda Reina, so she's 2 for 2 in the same year.
Wow.
But yeah, they were 2 up and coming voice actresses, so keep an eye on them as well. So I did share the website for the fighting game. More information got released. I don't know if Ueda Reina. I don't know if Kanao is in there. I think she is though. I think Kanao is in the game.
The Demon Slayer one?
Yeah.
I believe so. Let me take a look.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer.
But that would be interesting because Kito Akari obviously is Uri's in FGO, so she's already in a video game. But I don't know if Ueda Reina ever made it into a video game yet. So. But I just want people to get more Ueda Reina experience in their life. Oh, that's also something I gotta watch. I gotta watch Gridman. Ueda Reina was Akane in the SSSS Gridman.
Yeah, the one from what was it, a couple years ago?
Yeah, 2018, I believe. Yeah. But the Dynazamon Gridman, that's airing right now, and so I'm like, God damn it. I need to watch that too. But ReZero was priority because again, that's Roman's show, so we gotta knock that out so we can talk about it. But yeah.
No, she's not announced yet.
Okay. DLC then they're gonna charge you for her because they know they can.
Can't afford it.
Yeah, she was in that Demon Slayer movie, man. Now they're all like worldwide. So watch, as soon as AX opens up, or they're talking about AX 2022, first guy that gets announced is going to be Hanai Natsuki. Gunpachido's VA. So watch. But yeah.
Yep.
Alright. We're done.
Got it? Nothing else?
I'm done, man. I think we've had a very robust conversation from Peter Parker to Natsuki Barosu. So,
right.
And yeah. So this Thursday will be either Way of the House Husband. I'll take a look, and if not, Wotakoi. So the announcements will be up on Discord and Facebook. Stay tuned.
Keep a lookout.
So,
and that's going to be this Thursday.
Yeah.
So I'll try to get this out before then. Hopefully, I can have it edited tonight and up tomorrow.
Yeah, because you gotta get our reaction to the Eternals.
Today is Monday, so hopefully up by Tuesday.
Yeah.
If it's not, and you're hearing this after Thursday, then you know I got lazy and just didn't do it.
He was so excited about the Eternals, he just couldn't. He had to go watch the trailer a couple more times.
See if I missed anything.
Yeah, go look for all the Easter eggs.
Right? Okay. So, outside of that, I don't have any updates. Go check out the store. I still need to post a link to it, which I haven't. But, yeah. Outside of that, no, nothing.
Yeah, next week I'm on vacation, and then the week after that we'll be back to our normal schedule.
Yep.
So, but yeah.
Hopefully I've got a new place by then.
Nice.
Because I gotta move.
Good luck.
Yeah, again. All right. So, till next time. Bye.
Peace.